Jordan there, even at a sophomore, decided to take the ball and run with it. None of his reads were there. Smart play by the young quarterback.
So 3rd down and 9 from the 35. This Archer team struggled on offense a year ago, averaged less than 13 points per game.
Well, I like the pace that they've been playing with. They're taking a little bit more time here on this play, on this big 3rd down.
Dante Williams inherited 36 seniors, but only 2 of them that had played significant time under head coach Andy Dyer. Doe on 3rd down fires to the sideline, and that is going to be caught at the 25 and close to a 1st down, and that's Stafford again coming up with a big clutch catch to move the sticks.
Yeah, again, nice play by the quarterback. Delivered it with some confidence. Great catch. 1st down for Archer.
Justin Doe, and there's Jonathan Stafford. Look at the numbers a year ago. 44 catches for 369 and 4 touchdowns. All Region 4 7A second-team honors.
And Matt, one thing that's not listed there, 4.0 student also, so you got to love what he's doing in the classroom as well.
We were down on the field prior to the game. He looks the part, doesn't he, Chris?
My gosh, I think he's got all the intangibles.
1st down and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Doe to the air again, throws low for Stafford that time. So that's 3 targets for Stafford here on this opening series.
Yeah, they're going to get him the ball. You know that's going to be a part of their game plan this afternoon. He's a playmaker. They're going to get him the ball in space, and they're going to see what he can do.
2nd down and 10 coming up after the incompletion. And Jordan Doe stepping in at quarterback this year. Justin Johnson, their starter a year ago, signed with the Army, going to play for the Knights. Here's a freshman. And Dante Williams admits that Doe's are really raw at the position. And hadn't played quarterback long, just became a quarterback when he was an 8th grader. Doe stands in there, takes the punishment, gets leveled, and he misfires on Stafford, and that was the aforementioned Brody Hancock who came in there and leveled him.
Let's see what Jordan can do here. Let's look at the replay. I think he took a pretty good shot here. Let's see how the young quarterback bounces back now that he's got a hit right there to the chest.
Give him credit, though. He got the ball out.
No, he did. He got it out, and it was close.
So 3rd down and 10. Probably not in field goal range for Jackson Gandy. He did hit 2 out of 3 against Peachtree Ridge in their scrimmage. Probably pushing the edge of that field goal range for him. Heavy rush, and again, the pressure coming, this time from Jacob Shirley, the Buck linebacker, and it's going to be 4th down.
So a couple of their linebackers now have made a couple of plays between Smoltz and Shirley. I think they're going to pose a problem for these guys all night long. Now let's see what they do on 4th down.
Came on a blitz, the twist, and just found the opening in that offensive line. So now 4th and 10. And let's see, they're going to bring Jackson Gandy out. So this is basically the edge of what we're told is his range. This is a 42-yard kick from the right hash.
Let's see if he's got the leg to get it there. Wind not much of a factor today, so let's see what he's got.
Holder is Doe, the quarterback, and the snapper, Emmanuel Young. Kick is going to be low and underneath the crossbar, no good. So it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Timeout on the field, opening 4 minutes of the game, and we're scoreless in Cumming, Georgia.
Some people think you can only have one favorite team. Well, I beg to differ. That's why I got Xfinity, so I can catch all my favorite teams out of market Sunday afternoon games.
And for the first time ever, no dish needed.
In a word, it's Fitz-credible. No, I got it. Fitzational. I should trademark that.
Switch to Xfinity today and learn how you can get up to $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube.
Becoming the #1 certified dealer in all of Georgia was no easy task. It required the highest quality of vehicles at the fairest prices, plus superb customer experiences. Now we've expanded our certified program to include every brand of vehicle. With Beaver Direct, it doesn't matter what brand you choose, they're all certified. Every vehicle will be thoroughly inspected and expertly reconditioned. Each includes a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. Visit us at beaverdirect.com and see for yourself why Beaver Direct is #1.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. Protecting America, fighting for you, Morgan & Morgan.
Back in North Forsyth and Archer, Corky Kell Classic. Let's take a look at the recruits to watch here today, presented by Sports Turf. Number 78, Dylan Villarule. We talked about him earlier, Chris. 6'4", 287 senior. He's getting interest from Georgia Tech and Duke, camped at East Carolina and Coastal Carolina this summer.
Yeah, I think if he puts together a good little year here, I think you might even see some more Power Fives who might get interested. We were on the field with him before the game, and he is just a massive young man. And
the aforementioned Jonathan Stafford, 5'10", 165, and just a sophomore. He's going to be a big-time prospect. The issue with Stafford is he doesn't have the measurables. Otherwise, he'd already be a Power 5 prospect.
I think you'll see us call his name a lot this afternoon. No question about it.
All right, here we go. 4 minutes in, and second offensive possession here for North Forsyth. They got stopped on 4th down at about the 45-yard line of Archer the first time they had the ball. Cini, the quarterback, out of the shotgun, an empty backfield set, throws it to McBrayer, the running back who split out there. McBrayer gets close to a first down at about the 29. He's going to be a yard short.
Well, again, he's going to get the ball a lot today. Going to be interesting on that first possession. Archer's defense really did a good job about stopping the run, and that's something that Coach Kraft at North Forsyth really wanted to do a lot today, was run the football. What adjustments did they make here this second drive here to combat that?
Yeah, this is typical North Forsyth offense. A year ago, he rushed for over 700 yards, had 21 catches out of the backfield. They'll use him in so many different ways. Passes thrown to Hancock, and Hancock gets stopped short of the first down.
Great play by the defense. They are really fast here this afternoon to start out, but really impressed so far with their get off. Let's see what they do here on 3rd down.
Yeah, this is the second time in a row they got 9 yards on the opening snap and then didn't get another yard. So here they are, 3rd down and 1 now. North Forsyth started the season with a 3-man open competition back in January. And stopped again short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down.
Listen, y'all, watch Archer's defensive line so far. They are playing with a lot of energy here. Kendall Lee looks to be coming up here into the hole as well. Got to be really impressed with this start defensively from Archer.
Yeah, and Donovan Chambliss, who was an all-region safety, number 7. Second possession in a row, North Forsyth gets 9 yards and then gets stopped there before picking up a first down.
And looks like they're going to bring out the punt team. Archer's going to get the ball back with probably pretty good, decent field position here.
Coulter Vela is going to punt for him. And a short kick coming down at the 43-yard line, and now taking a bounce for North Forsyth and rolling dead across the 50 at the 49. So Archer is going to end up with great field position for their second possession of the game.
Well, Archer's going to come back out now with the ball. Again, like you said, a good field position. Let's see what the young quarterback can do here.
Let's take a look at the team resumes presented by Smart Local 85 a year ago. 2-8 in Dante Williams' first season as the head coach. They lost to Walton in the first round of the playoffs, but they've had some players in the program, in particular Andrew Booth, who's now in the NFL after starring for the Clemson Tigers.
And Coach Williams was over at Collins Hill before he came here. He's an offensive mind. He's trying to bring his principles here to this program. Let's see what they can do.
Doe going to run it on a quarterback keeper. Step out of bounds and pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, for you NFL fans out there, when you watch Jordan, you almost like to think he's like a Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts type quarterback. The most impressive thing so far from my end is just looking at the confidence level he's playing with.
Yeah, 2nd down and 5. Ball is complete out on the edge to Fisher, the running back, and that's a first down for Archer at the 32-yard line.
Fisher's another guy they've been wanting to get the ball a lot here today. Got him in space on that one with a big pickup.
Archer moving the ball well here on their first 2 possessions. Let's see if they can cash in this time. Heavy rush coming right up the middle, and Doe going to throw it out of bounds. Let's see if they drop a flag on this.
I think he was just outside the pocket. Again, another veteran-type move from Jordan on that play, getting outside and just throwing it away, not trying to force anything on that throw.
Great pass rush there from North Forsyth. They had 43 quarterback sacks a year ago.
They've got some real hogs on that defensive line there that are going to give them problems today.
So now 2nd down and 10. And we're going to have movement. I think it was the linebacker, Dylan Park, who had crept up on the defensive line and stepped across.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
The Governor's Office of Highway Safety presenting our officials for the day. Brian Stradley, our referee, and the rest of the great crew working this game for them today. D. Brown, by the way, the side judge, he's going to be heading to Germany. He's part of the Georgia National Guard, going to be heading over to Germany tomorrow.
Unbelievable. All of our armed forces out there, we thank you for your service and your sacrifice.
So 2nd down and 5. Doe going for the end zone. Stafford flashes open for the touchdown.
Unbelievable throw by Jordan on that play. He knew exactly where he was going on that throw. He lets his receiver go make a play. There's Stafford again. We've been mentioning him so far early in this broadcast. They were going to get him the ball today. And just a perfect throw and catch by Jordan to him. Let's look at the replay.
Game time, and just a beautiful pass thrown by Doe, and right on the money. You saw the speed of Stafford. He was able to beat the defensive back and get free in the end zone.
He just got right by the DB on that ball. Just went up and got it, got into the end zone. Archer with the early lead here in the first quarter.
Dante Williams got to be happy about that. I know he was not pleased with the lack of production from his offense a year ago, especially given his background as an OC at Collins Hill and Grayson, 2 state championship programs. The kick by Gandy is good, and a 7-0 lead for Archer. Opening 6+ minutes here in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. Archer has the early lead.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC equips apprentices with the knowledge and skills required to start a rewarding career in the sheet metal industry with programs in HVAC, industrial welding, and testing, adjusting, and balancing. Training is 100% free and allows apprentices to earn as they learn. Journeymen graduate with no student debt and have the potential to earn more than most college graduates. Visit our website to learn more about this opportunity at careersinsheetmetal.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
The Mechanical Trades Institute is an opportunity towards personal financial freedom through hands-on and rewarding work. Our school is completely free and gives apprentices the knowledge and skills required to gain access to a lifelong career path. Apprentices learn pipe fitting, plumbing, mechanical service, and welding. They earn money as they learn and graduate with no student debt. Start a career with the Mechanical Trades Institute and change your financial future.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports. Smart Local 85, sheet metal is a smart move. Sports Turf, you bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. The Mechanical Trades Institute, the best-kept secret everyone should know about. And by HendrickCars.com. Get no payments for 90 days at HendrickCars.com. Experience the Hendrick difference.
Back at West Forsyth, Archer with the early 7-0 lead on North Forsyth. Our Breda Pest Management scoring summary. 4 plays, 51 yards, only 36 seconds, Chris, and the 27-yard pass from Doe to Stafford.
You know, one thing we've noticed early on is Archer plays with a purpose. They got a great rhythm about him. Let's see if they continue that as the game marches on. But I think one of the most surprising things so far is the young quarterback.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Jordan Doe has been impressive here in the first quarter. The key for North Forsyth is they got to get more than 9 yards.
They need a little bit of rhythm. Now, they do have a new OC this year. Coach Timmerman's calling plays, so let's see what type of adjustments he makes.
Vela on the return gets stopped in his tracks. Hardly any return at all as Chadriguez Durden makes the tackle on special teams.
Heck of a tackle, but that's another energy-type play. Little momentum again for the defense. North Forsyth has got to get a little bit of rhythm here to start out this drive.
Like what I've seen so far from Archer, much different team than we saw a year ago get beat by West Forsyth in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. 21-7 loss a year ago in what was Dante Williams' first game as a head coach.
Well, let's see what they do here.
Cini, time, fires across the middle, incomplete.
And he felt a little bit of the pressure coming. Again, this Archer defensive line, in my opinion, has been one of the difference makers so far in this game. Just watch this defensive line. And they are just coming. 2nd and 10 here.
First time they haven't gained 9 yards on their opening snap of their possession. Cini hands off to McBrayer, and he gets stopped in his tracks. Nothing doing.
Again, not a whole lot there. You know, the interesting part is that, you know, the offensive line for North Forsyth was something that the Coach Kraft really felt good about going into this game. They've got their hands full here so far.
Watch Sean Crutchfield, number 13, just hog tie him and throw him down. That's the other thing. The defense has been really good so far for defensive coordinator Ryan Douglas and these Archer Tigers. Dante Williams said that defense has a cult-like mentality.
You can see that. That's been a real clear sign early on.
Cini looking, going deep, overthrows his man. There was nothing out there anyway. Nate Gravett was the intended target, and it's going to be 4th down.
Well, offensive line did a great job there to give him a little bit of time. It looks like there might have been a little bit of a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. You're seeing a little bit of frustration out of the quarterback coming off the field on that drive. He's got to settle in here as we go in to later in this game.
Well, Stafford is the deep man for Archer, so you know that's dangerous. And Coulter Vela will have to try to avoid kicking it right to him. Line drive kick, and it is away from Stafford. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the 50.
It's going to end up at almost the exact spot that last drive started. So again, Archer is getting good field position here early on. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Take a look at the Breda Pest Management High School score ticker below. It's presented by Breda Pest Management. The games you see 0-0, those are the games right now that are coming up on Saturday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That should be a heck of a time on Saturday.
Matt, if I'm a high school football fan and you have any time this weekend, make your way down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium because there is going to be some great Georgia high school football being played at the Benz on Saturday.
We have a triple header coming up tomorrow with games at number 1, Fellowship Christian, and then number 2 and 3 at Barron Stadium in Rome, Georgia. Fisher on the run, running hard, and it's Vela who comes up from the cornerback or safety position, I should say, to make the tackle.
I did like Fisher's patience on that. He was trying to see where the hole was. He kind of took his time here, stuttered back out to the outside. You know, not much on the play, but tried to make a little bit out of nothing there.
That's 4 guys for the Raiders that missed him. 3 that missed him. The 4th guy got him. Pass goes to Stafford on a screen, and Stafford's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play, close to the 45.
Again, another play designed to get the ball in the hands of Stafford. It's going to set up a 3rd and about 6. Let's see what they do here.
Stafford, that was his 4th catch of the first quarter.
Yeah, clearly that is going to be a big part of today's game plan, is getting him the ball in space. Looks like they got a little communication here issues. Now they got the play. Here we go.
Still got 10 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time. Doe to the air and throws it short that time, looking for Isaac Michelle.
Again, I just want to emphasize, and I'm sure you at home are seeing this, it seems like when Archer has a little bit of pace about their play, getting in and out of the huddle, they seem to have a lot more success. In that particular drive in particular, they were a little bit slower, a little bit harder time getting the play in, getting everybody set, and then it's a 3 and out for them here on offense. Clearly, you see Coach Williams there on the sidelines, not exactly a happy camper with how that drive went.
So William Wallace is going to punt here. He's the other half of that extraordinary pass receiver combination for Archer, although we've not seen the ball go his way yet. So a timeout called on the field by North Forsyth. Team resumes presented by Smart Local 85. Robert Kraft today starts his 8th season, 39 wins there at North Forsyth, 88 overall. He coached in Florida and won a state championship at his alma mater, North Florida Christian. And Colby Gossett played for the Atlanta Falcons by way of App State, one of their alumni.
Well, Colby's up in Cleveland now, but obviously he was here on these playing in Forsyth County not that long ago. He's made it to the NFL. He's putting together a nice little career for himself. I believe he was a 6th rounder coming out of school, and has really made a nice little name for himself in the National Football League.
Yeah, that App State program, year in, year out, does a really good job of churning out offensive linemen. Now, not the high-end 1st and 2nd rounders, but you got those guys coming in at the 4th, 5th, and 6th round, and there's a career for guys like that in the NFL.
Oh, 100%, especially along the lines in the league, and App State is definitely no stranger with putting players into the NFL.
Wallace kicks it to the sideline and kicks it out of bounds. We'll see where they spot that out of bounds, but a poor kick by William Wallace is going to shorten up the field a little bit for North Forsyth as they get ready to go on offense again.
I'm not exactly sure if that's what Coach Williams was looking for on that punt.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
I don't think that he's going to be too happy with the 10-yard, essentially about a 10-yard punt on that play.
Well, we saw it in last night's games at Kell, and you're going to see it all over the place in the state of Georgia this week. Special teams in particular. There are going to be a lot of mistakes in special teams these first couple of weeks of the season. Most teams don't have the opportunity to go live on special teams in preseason practice.
Yeah, special teams is such an important component to football, but even more so on the high school level and early in the season.
McBrayer coming this way, and McBrayer going to be wrapped up and dropped. And again, great defensive pursuit by Archer. That was Canaan Edwards, the rush end, who got him.
I have been watching Canaan here since the game started. I'm telling you, this guy, you watch him here on film, this guy is a playmaker now. He is all over the field. He looks the part. He's playing just fast, aggressively. We're going to be watching, calling his name the rest of the night.
Cini going to the air on the screen, and it's dropped.
Late flag there, Matt. Looks like it might be on the defensive side.
That was Luke Steinacre, who was the intended target. Wearing the number 40 that Colin Miller wore for them a year ago, one of the best players to come through the program. Leading tackler on this Raiders team a year ago, now a freshman at the Air Force.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
Well, that might be exactly what North Forsyth needs, is to just get a little bit of momentum now. Positive play, that's going to set up, first down. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, Chris, I was going to say that's the absolute worst thing that Archer could have done, because North Forsyth had absolutely no offensive rhythm going.
And it looked like that the face mask was somewhere on the interior there between a defensive lineman and an offensive lineman, which you don't see called a whole lot. Tough play for Archer on that.
So we'll see if this sparks the Raiders offense a little bit. Cini, here comes the rush, and throws incomplete.
Again, another rusher in the face of Eli. Not a whole lot of time. This Archer defense is playing very aggressively. Lots of speed. It's really coming to fruition.
Walker Roberts, the tight end, was the target. Second time they've gone his way, incomplete. He is the younger brother of Wes Roberts, who was the starting quarterback the last couple of seasons here for the team from Coal Mountain. Pocket breaking down. Cini gets it out of there. Flag out. And it's thrown in the general direction of the offensive line. So we might have a holding coming up here. Jonathan Lynn was the intended target.
Matt, it looks like one of the offensive linemen lost his helmet on that play. So it looked like it might have been illegal use of the hands to the face on the defense.
Let's check the call.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Results, first down.
Chris, that's 2 face masks on this drive coming from the interior.
You don't
Not
see
on a
that.
tackle.
You don't usually see one of those in a game like that, but the fact that we now have seen 2 on the same series is very unusual. But I'm telling you, this defensive line for Archer, they're playing so aggressive. I mean, these guys are swarming. So these are aggressive-like penalties. I'm sure Coach Williams is not a big fan of them, but they're definitely playing with a little bit of aggressiveness to them.
They have gifted the Raiders 30 yards on this possession. McBrayer gets the handoff. He hasn't been able to run hardly at all as he's stopped by Jordan Griffin, the defensive tackle.
Well, Carson again, he's their bell cow. They want to get him, they want to hand him the ball off. They want him to run behind this big offensive line. But so far, you're not seeing many holes for Mr. Carson to be breaking up into.
Those are his numbers from a year ago. 718 yards on the ground, 3 rushing touchdowns, an additional 230 yards in the air. So close to 1,000 yards of offense from the line of scrimmage for Carson McBrayer a year ago.
Well, he was an all-region player.
Cini rolling to the right and throwing. That's complete to Roberts, the tight end. Short gain on the play.
I did like this play here. Eli's been struggling a little bit with having plenty of time, so they kind of moved him out there.
I thought
he did drop it, actually. You're right. Sure did.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Didn't see that.
Well, you can see the adjustment, though, kind of getting Eli out into space, not under center. Let him move him around a little bit, make a little play with his legs, buy him a little bit of time. It's going to set up 3rd and long. Watch Archer here. They're going to come after him.
Heavy rush, setting up a screen for McBrayer. Got some blockers out there, gets tripped up at the 25 and does not pick up the first down. That's a great open field tackle by Amari Jones, the strong safety.
So Archer showed blitz on this play. Looked like they were going to send their 3 linebackers, and then they dropped them back into space into coverage. North Forsyth threw the little screen down to Carson, got him in space. He's still a little bit short, but of course they're going to go for it here on 4th down. It looks like about 5.
Yep. Line to gain is actually about 4, actually. Line to gain is the 21. Cini got a man open, threw it short, however, and that's going to be incomplete. Ball's going to go over on downs for the 2nd time today.
Well, you can see, again, they kind of did the rollout again here. Watch him as he goes out to his right. Did a little bit of a short pass. He still would have been short of the sticks on that play, but I honestly think at this point in the game, Archer's defensive line and defense is starting to get a little bit in the quarterback's head. I also think it's getting in the play caller's head that he might have to make some adjustments going here the rest of the game.
No doubt, Chris. The defensive line has altered this game here in the first quarter. And remember, Dante Williams told us earlier in the week that he really liked his defensive line.
Yeah, he did, and that's been evident here in the first quarter of this ball game. Let's see if Archer picks up the pace here again.
This is the longest field they've had to work with so far. And the ball is caught by Wallace at the 31, and he's going to pick up a first down at the 36.
That's a first down again. Wallace and Stafford are the 2 guys there on this Archer offense that you're going to hear their names called a lot today. Again, getting this ball out of the quarterback's hands, getting it to his playmakers. Now they got a little rhythm again. Here we go.
Doe going up top for Stafford, and Stafford comes back and gets it. What a catch by Jonathan Stafford. I mean, he is a sophomore. He plays like a junior or a senior.
Good play of the wide receiver here, but with a quarterback, which you don't see. Took a little hit and altered the throw on that a little bit, and the receiver had to come back for the ball. Boy, he got both feet in bounds. Here goes Archer again. They're going right to the ball, getting the snap play in. Here we go.
Cross midfield at the 41. They go to Wallace, and Wallace picks up 9, close to 10 on the play. So that's Wallace, Stafford, Wallace. Now they've got this passing game going.
Yeah, Jordan knew exactly where he was going with that ball. He is going to be just a little bit. They got about 9 yards on that play, a little bit short on that.
He was all-region first-team tight end a year ago. 42 catches for 483 and 5 touchdowns. 2nd down and 1, and I believe that is the end of the first quarter. Well, it's been all Archer so far, offensively and defensively, and they've got the momentum as we head to the second period here at West Forsyth. 7-0 lead for Archer when we come back and begin the second.
We all want more of a good thing.
More.
And Miss Moore was no different.
More.
As her name suggested, she loved more.
More. More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
You know, you've got it pretty good. Swimming this much stuff was never this easy. Yes! Let's go! Nice eye thingies.
They're collagen boosters. Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network made for streaming for $30 a month for 12 months and add Now TV for $20. It's the best value in live TV and streaming.
You guys like this show too?
Yes, chef! Get way more into what you're into when you stream on the Xfinity 10G network.
If you are on the fence about ordering McDonald's, consider this a sign.
Mix and match a double cheeseburger, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or small fries for just $3.69. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ken Nugent Attorneys at Law are dedicated to empowering kids to discover a love of reading.
Together with Atlanta News First, we've handed out over 65,000 books across Metro Atlanta.
That's why we are proud sponsors of Atlanta News First, Books to Kids.
Start of the second quarter, Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic. We're coming to you live from West Forsyth High School, where Archer has a 7-0 lead on North Forsyth as we begin the second period. Matt Stewart along with Chris Millman. It's been all Archer so far. Pass off the hands of Wallace. That would have been a touchdown.
Wallace was open on that play. I think Jordan looks like he kind of rushed his throw a little bit there, and it was just a little bit high in order for him to be able to make that catch.
But Chris, how about the yardage through one quarter? 122 total for Archer, 27 for North Forsyth.
Well, and then Jordan, the young quarterback, 8 for 13 in that first quarter, had already over 100 yards passing, threw for a touchdown. Really good for his confidence there to have a quarter like that.
William Wallace last year in the Corky, Kell, and their loss against West Forsyth, 6 catches for 115 and a touchdown. So 3rd down and 1, and play gets blown dead. And West Forsyth, they're up next. They'll be our second game of this Thursday doubleheader. Chris and I will stick around and bring that one for you as West Forsyth, the home team, plays host to Cherokee Bluff. Should be a fun game.
That's going to be a heck of a game. I'm really looking forward to that one. Let's check the call here.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Yeah, so that takes their 3rd and 1 and turns it into a 3rd and 6.
Coach Williams is over there working the officials. He is emphatic that that was on the defense. Unfortunately, that for him, that call didn't go his way. Let's see what they end up deciding to do here.
It's 3rd down. The yard marker on the opposite side says 4th. Now they got it fixed. It's 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 from the 37.
Looks like they're making some personnel changes here.
Yeah, the two things that really stand out for Archer, Jordan Doe has been sharp. Their wide receiver combination, Wallace and Stafford, have lived up to the billing. And the defensive line for Archer is the big surprise. They're just really getting after it. North Forsyth has not been able to run on it.
Oh, 100%. That was something that we thought coming into this game, that there might be some opportunity for North Forsyth.
Doe, here comes pressure, gets it out of there. Stafford goes up and can't come up with it.
We do
broken up. It was broken up at the 9-yard line by Zach Alvarez, the junior cornerback.
I think this is going to be on the offense, maybe. Well, the offense right now is staying on the
Yeah, it looks like illegal procedure, and it's going to be declined. So they will
Illegal
decline.
Formation, 5 in the backfield on the offense. That penalty decline will be 4th down.
So 4th and 6 coming up here. This is out of field goal range. This would be a 50-plus to try it. So they'll be going for it here on 4th down.
It certainly looks like what they're doing here. Oh, now they're going to make the personnel change.
I think they're going to punt.
Yeah, penalties, they stubbed their toe a little bit on that drive there.
But I think this is a telltale sign. They feel really comfortable that their defense is dominating the game. They feel comfortable kicking and pinning North Forsyth deep.
Yeah, Matt, I think that's a really good point. Clearly, Coach Williams feels right now his defense is kind of controlling this game, so he can go ahead and take the opportunity to punt here on 4th down.
Wallace, straight on kick, gonna come down at the 10 and bounce out of bounds at the 8. How about that?
Great punt. And he had, I mean, there was a rusher in his face on that. It was close to almost being blocked. But boy, oh boy, you couldn't ask for a better punt if you're an Archer Tiger on that one.
This is a great punt. You know, did it the way you're supposed to, point down to the ground. So that when that thing checks up, when it hits the ground and goes out of bounds at the 8-yard line, that's a great punt by William Wallace. And it pins North Forsyth. They're going to spot it actually at the 7. So the Raiders 93 yards from the end zone as they start this first possession of the second quarter.
North Forsyth clearly back is against the wall here. They got a long way to go here and have had some trouble moving the football today. So let's see if they can get anything going here offensively.
So something to watch. I believe the play clock is not functioning right now. So the quarterbacks are going to have to work without that. The clock will be kept by the officials the old school way. And Smith in motion behind the line. McBrayer gets the handoff, and McBrayer about 3 yards on the play.
Well, that's a little bit better than what they've been doing. Again, Carson was going to be a big focal point of the offense today. They're in the first quarter, only had about 4 yards worth rushing on 7 carries. That was his 8th. That might have been his largest run of the day so far. Let's see if they can continue to try to stick with the run game, because clearly that's something that Coach Kraft is wanting to do.
Well, they challenged McBrayer in the offseason, said, look, last year you were the rookie with a senior quarterback. This year you're the senior with a rookie quarterback. We're going to lean on you. You and the offensive line got to carry it a little bit.
Well, here now they're going to 5 wides here, so they want to spread them out. Watch the right tackle here. This is Dillon. This is the offensive lineman they really like.
Cini stands in there, intercepted at the 15-yard line. Could be a pick 6, and it is. Kendall Lee, pick 6.
Kendall Lee again. He's another guy we've called a couple times today. Sat right there in the coverage. Confused the quarterback, took it to the house. Archer again with another big momentum play on defense. And it puts him up 13 points here in the second quarter.
Wow, Kendall Lee read it well. Watched the quarterback's eyes the whole way. Kendall Lee with the pick 6 and a 13-0 lead for Archer.
Kendall Lee has been clearly another difference maker here on this Archer defense, with a great read on that throw to take it to the house. Now they're going to kick the extra point.
Here's Jackson Gandy. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So 86 seconds into the second quarter, Archer with a 2-touchdown lead on North Forsyth.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me, can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands and proper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Struggling with slow or unreliable software releases? Orsi is here to help. We turn your software delivery from a source of frustration to an accelerated, automated process. With our certified consultants and technology partners, we help you deliver secure, high-quality software with increased velocity and higher customer satisfaction. Join us at Orsi, your ultimate partner in software delivery. Visit our website now. Let's automate.
Planting season is here, and it's time to get your yard looking its best. So treat your yard to the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Mowing, maintenance, design, and construction. Personal Touch Lawn Care does it all.
If my yard is taken care of, it's one thing off my list that I don't have to worry about.
Sign up now for monthly maintenance and get the 12th month free.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238 or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
The Forum River Center in Rome, Georgia is now open and available for meetings and receptions. We're fully equipped for large conventions, sporting events, weddings, and much more. The Forum is located downtown within walking distance of local restaurants, hotels, and boutique shopping. We offer a variety of meeting spaces, many with beautiful river views. Outdoor venues are available for that special touch. With our adjacent parking deck and a personal concierge on site, your event is sure to be a hit. Find out more at forumrivercenter.com.
A year ago, Archer gave up close to 28 points per game, but Chris, they've been getting after it here in the opening game of the Corky Kell Classic, Dave Hunter Classic at West Forsyth.
Well, Coach Williams talked to us about this week. He talked about it again today. This is his second year at this school. He had a full off season this year. You're seeing the fruits of his labor here in the first half of this ball game. Be interesting to see if they can continue this momentum.
Scoring summary presented by Breda. 15-yard pick six by Kendall Lee. 14-0 lead. Kick taken at the 15-yard line by Hancock, and coming back to the middle of the field, he gets a 5-yard return.
Might be a fumble.
No signal from the officials yet. Archer says they have it. The official's going to say he was down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to keep it with North Forsyth. Watch this block. Looks like a replay just, let's look at the fumble here. Hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah, hard to tell.
When and where the ball came out.
We will have.
Watch this block. Boom.
Wow. That's Vela.
That's a collision between Vela and 21 on Archer. Wowee.
We will have replay review for the Saturday games for the first time ever in Georgia high school football history at the games at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, as replay has been instituted for the state championship games in December, and Corky Kell will be the trial run for that. A recent survey asked homeowners to name the top 2 pest issues that will result in an immediate call to a pest control professional. Survey says roaches and mice, I concur. You may have the cleanest home in the neighborhood, but still, roaches can get inside your home. There's no shame in that. Breda Pest Management got you taken care of. The go-to bug and critter company. They've been protecting homes for 47 years. Thank you, Breda Pest Management, for your continued support of Georgia high school athletics. And proud to say I utilize their services as well. So getting ready to see North Forsyth go on offense here early second quarter, and it's really kind of been a shock in that Archer, not that they're winning, but just that they have really kind of dominated the tempo of this game in almost every aspect.
Yeah, I think, we talked before the game. I think we felt like this game was going to be pretty close, but I don't think we thought we were going to see the defensive efforts by Archer be what they have been here today.
Well, let's see what North Forsyth can do as they put the ball on offense here in the second quarter. Throwing a screen pass. It's going to go incomplete. Cole Smith, it was short to him.
Yeah,
which might be a good thing anyway because it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, it didn't look good, but if you watch the replay here, the quarterback looks like his footwork, well, that wasn't too bad. Just unexecuted.
North Forsyth a year ago averaged 25 points per game, 293 a game in total yards, 200 in the air, so 93 on the ground. They were chock full of seniors and all-region players a year ago. Ball is out, and it is recovered, but I believe they're going to rule he was down again. So McBrayer on the carry picked up a couple before the ball was jarred loose when he was down, and he's down. He hasn't gotten up yet.
He looks like he's in some pain,
Yeah,
too.
he
That
does.
is not a good sight.
McBrayer is holding his leg.
It looks like he might have had a couple of defenders around him here.
So McBrayer is down on the ground. They are tending to him now. We'll step aside.
Cherokee Bluff versus West Forsyth, Thursday at 8 on Peachtree TV.
Names that you know, but people you really don't know.
Look at you doing your what?
The show is going to be big names in Atlanta, but it's going to be big names, period. That's what this show is about.
Only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV.
Severe weather. Atlanta's no stranger to it. That's why Atlanta News First has the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast to keep you ready for anything. This is why we first alert.
Hey Atlanta, we're the #1 certified used vehicle dealer in all of Georgia. Why? Quality vehicles, fair prices, and a really fun experience. With Beaver Direct, whether you purchase a Toyota, Ford, Honda, Nissan, Chevrolet, Lexus, BMW, Subaru, they're all certified. No one else can offer you that. Every vehicle gets a 164-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning, 12-month, 12,000-mile platinum warranty. Check it out at beaverdirect.com and see for yourself why Beaver Direct is #1.
We all want more of a good thing.
More.
And Miss Moore was no different.
More.
As her name suggested, she loved more.
More. More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Have you been watching those Pinnacle ads on TV?
Pinnacle Home Improvements is now offering 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 12 months. Get a new roof installed, windows for your entire house, or new siding, and make it easy on yourself for a limited time only.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by the Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association. CareersInSheetMetal.com, building a solid future. Northside Hospital, your source of strength. Personal Touch Lawn Care. The smallest details make the biggest difference. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
So McBrayer was taken to the medical tent, and he is in there now. He had to be assisted off the field, so we'll try to get you an update on his condition as soon as that might be available. Colton Constable has now checked in at running back and is split up to the top of your screen, and now is the man in motion behind the quarterback. Constable going to get the ball right away and catch it and be dropped at the 15-yard line. And this pursuing Archer defense just continues to get after it. Donovan Chambliss again with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't like the idea currently on offense for North Forsyth to be going horizontally. Okay, you need at this point in the game, clearly Archer is a fast defense. You got to be throwing the ball vertically here to have any chance on gaining any positive yards against this crew. It's going to set up a long 4th down. Looks like they're going to have to punt.
Yep. Vela standing at his 2-yard line. Kick comes out of there. Stafford watches it hit in front of him and then roll dead. And again, Archer's going to come out of this with very good field position with the ball at the 47-yard line. Football is back. It's time to rise up. Limited season ticket inventory remains. Select your seat today at AtlantaFalcons.com/tickets. Chris, Bengals tomorrow, right?
Preseason first home game tomorrow night against the Cincinnati Bengals.
What is Falcons football? It's Grady putting quarterbacks on notice. It's Kyle shredding defenses like a unicorn. It's Tyler breaking tackles like phone screens. It's AJ locking down anyone on his island. It's Drake touching the sun. It's ZP breaking another record.
So back to action. Stafford on the very first play, and no gain on the screen pass. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. But as I was saying, Bengals tomorrow, right first, and then you got the Steelers.
Yep.
Then it's regular season time.
Yep, we got 2 more preseason games, both of which are at home. Since 2 AFC North teams coming to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Cincinnati tomorrow, Pittsburgh next Thursday.
Doe, heavy rush. Quarterback sack back at the 42-yard line. And
Nice.
that is Brody Hancock.
Brody with the big play. That's somebody we thought would make some plays. Nice to see a little energy from this North Forsyth defense. We've been wanting to see that. That's going to set up now a super long 3rd down for Archer. But that defensive line finally made a nice, great play on that.
Hancock, all-region 8-6A second team a year ago with 8 quarterback sacks. Gets his first of the season, getting some Ivy and Patriot League interest on the recruiting front.
Yeah, Coach Kraft said he'll definitely be playing at the next level, so I'd be interested in watch him on Saturdays next in the years to come.
2 teams have both had just 1 3rd down conversion total. Doe winds up and lets it fly, and Stafford cannot run under it at the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
Well, he stepped up in the pocket on that throw, clearly delivered it with a little bit of confidence, but he just overshot his receiver downfield.
And you see how big the quarterback pressure is. North Forsyth finally gets some, and it turns into a 3-and-out for Archer.
Yeah, clearly that got a little bit of momentum here for North Forsyth, so it's going to force Archer punt the football away here on 4th and long. Let's see if we can get a little momentum going now on North Forsyth. Let's see if they're able to change this into some positive plays on the offensive side of the ball.
Wallace, who had a great punt his last time, stands at his 26 to boot it away, the left-footed kick. And Constable calls a fair catch and drops it, and it's recovered by Archer at the 27-yard line.
We talked about earlier how special teams was going to play such a big part in this football game. You've already seen it. Here's a fumble recovery for Archer, and the momentum quickly swings back the Archer Tigers' way, deep in North Forsyth's territory.
Chris, remember it was turnovers that killed North Forsyth in this game a year ago. They committed 4 in their 31-27 loss to North Atlanta. That's 2 now here in the first half against Archer.
Well, Coach Kraft is down there working the officials. I think Coach Kraft thought that maybe his returner had called a fair catch on that play.
I think he did, but I think he's arguing catch interference, but I don't think there was contact.
Yeah, it didn't look like it. Initial glance, but clearly he wasn't happy with the call. Ball goes right back to Archer now. Let's see what the quarterback can do here deep in North Forsyth's territory.
This might be a double pass. Wallace, it is. Wallace looking to the end zone, and Stafford, and knocked down at the last second. What a super big defensive play by C.J. Lanishan, the safety.
C.J. was not fooled on that play. If you watch that play develop, he pretty recognized it early on, stayed with the ball, had his eyes there, made a play on it. What a great defensive play by number 7 there, C.J. That was just an excellent job with his hands.
Well, Wallace, who threw it, is their backup quarterback. He's number 2 on the depth chart, and he's an outstanding center fielder in baseball, too, so he's got a strong arm.
Well, he was definitely, you can see some of the athletic abilities he has here for the first half of this game.
2nd down and 10. Doe throwing and caught by Stafford, and no, that's Michelle that time. Michelle with the catch and Vela with the tackle. But a nice gain on 3rd to make it 3rd down and about 6, long 6, short 7.
Yeah, that's a good play on 2nd down, giving some positive yards, making it about 3rd and 6 here. But clearly, I think here on this play, you're going to probably see them try to get the ball in one of their 2 big playmakers' hands, and Stafford or Wallace.
Line to gain is the 18. Fisher in the backfield. Their lead back from a year ago, Chad Alexander, now at Georgia Tech. Pass thrown underneath. Stafford just found a spot in the defense and sat there. gets the reception, and let's see where they spot it. He gets the first down.
Again, great play by Jordan, the quarterback there, reading the defense. He pretty much knew exactly where he was going to go with that football. He said, let me just find my guy, Jonathan Stafford, once again. Moves the first down.
In the red zone, presented by Zaxby's. First time we've had a team in the red zone.
Well, clearly you're seeing Archer definitely likes to throw the football. That's kind of a hallmark of Coach Williams.
Pass, Doe up top, jump ball, incomplete. Stafford, good coverage there by North Forsyth. Parker Smaltz, the anchor, which is really a third safety in this defense for North Forsyth, in a really demanding position cerebrally, and that's why he's a perfect fit for the backup quarterback from a year ago.
Yeah, he likes Coach Kraft at North Forsyth. He really does like his defensive backfield. They've played for the most part here pretty well here this afternoon. It's going to set up a second and long for this Tiger offense.
2nd and 10. Line to gain is the 5. It's Wallace in motion behind the line. Stafford on the tunnel screen. Gets stopped right away. Constable on the tackle. 3rd down.
Probably the perfect play call, though, for Archer on that play. You'll see here on the replay, North Forsyth throws their linebackers up the gut there. So he does a little swing pass there to his receiver. Gets a couple of, they're going to say no gain, but really that play could have been a whole lot worse.
Gamble, the right tackle, got to get that block out there. 3rd down and 10. Play gets blown dead. Timeout's going to be called by North Forsyth.
Timeout. North Forsyth.
So 5:28 to play here in the first half. Archer up 14-0. Let's take a look at their team schedule. It's brought to you by Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association. They've got a lot of top 10 teams. Got defending state champion. After you play North Gwinnett next week, Mill Creek, Norcross, Brookwood, Parkview. They're playing a murderer's row in Gwinnett County, and then Grayson on October 27th. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really 6 teams that were in the top 10 a year ago and likely top 10 candidates this year.
Well, Archer is definitely going to have their hands full, no question about it here these next few weeks. I think part of the reason why they wanted to have such a good showing today is they have got to get ready for what's ahead of them. But I'll tell you, with the way they've played here in the first half of this game, you've got a lot of things that you can build on if you're Coach Williams going into those games. Clearly, we got a lot of football left to play here today. But I think the most encouraging sign is the young quarterback. I mean, the young quarterback is playing with a lot of poise. Sure, he's probably made a couple throws he'd like to have back. For somebody who's taken the ball here in week 1, he's done a great job.
So 3rd down and 10. Doe gets it out of there quick for Stafford, caught for the touchdown. Jonathan Stafford, the sophomore sensation, with his 2nd touchdown catch of the first half, and it's 20-0.
Wow, what a play again by Jonathan Stafford. Again, the leader last year on this team in catches. He's picking up right where he left off. The young quarterback just throws it up to him, and Stafford makes the play for another touchdown, giving them a 20-0 lead here in the 2nd quarter of this game. Wow, these Archer Tigers have come to play today, y'all. And you can see Jonathan Stafford there on the sideline. He is one determined young man.
Gandy's PAT by Gandy is good. And how about this? Archer beaten 21-7 in this game a year ago. A 21-0 lead on North Forsyth here with 5 minutes left in the first half. Football is back. It's time to rise up. Limited season ticket inventory remains. Select your seat today at AtlantaFalcons.com/tickets.
What is Falcons football? It's Grady putting quarterbacks on notice. It's Kyle shredding defenses like a unicorn. It's Tyler breaking tackles like phone screens. It's AJ locking down anyone on his island. It's Drake touching the sun. It's CP breaking another record. What is Falcons football? It's all you dirty birds. Rise up.
Well, Jonathan Stafford looks the part when you take a look at that young man. The scoring summary presented by Breda. 6 plays, 27 yards. Stafford, the 15-yard touchdown catch. Behind that offensive line, you'll see Stafford there in the 10th. But just a couple of years ago, he was playing Duluth Rec League ball.
Here he is as a sophomore out here. Has probably been the MVP of this game so far. And that kickoff's going to go out of bounds, which, again, special teams, very important, going to be a very important aspect of tonight's game. That ball's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to move the ball up and give North Forsyth, which it badly needs, some good field position so they can get something going.
On the kicking team, ball replaced at the 35-yard line. First down, North Forsyth.
So let me ask you, Chris, 9 catches, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Does that put you in the clubhouse lead for the offensive player of the game?
Right now, my lean is towards him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. If there's any college coaches that are watching this game, I think there's a lot of them that he's catching their attention here this afternoon.
Yeah, he's just not a big kid. That's the thing, though, and that's probably not going to change that dramatically. But the skill set is certainly there. He knows how to run a pass route and get open. Pass complete to the tight end, Roberts. He gets slung to the ground by Kendall Lee, but that'll be a first down for North Forsyth, and that will be just their third down of the game.
Well, I definitely like that play. Quick. Quarterback knew where to go with the football.
Complete out here on the edge. This time, that's Gravett with his first catch of the game.
Well, Gravett is somebody that really is, according to Coach Kraft, played really well this spring, had a good scrimmage a couple weeks ago for North Forsyth. He's somebody that they've been wanting to get the ball to here today.
Yeah, he's a cousin of the Roberts boys, Walker, the tight end, and West, who was the quarterback a year ago. Smith in motion. Handoff goes to Shirley. First time we've seen Jacob Shirley carry the ball. He gets tracked down by Amari Jones.
Looks like we got might be 2 flags.
Illegal formation on the offense. A 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So that erases a nice gain.
So both referees on both sides of the ball saw that. Both yellow flags came out on that one.
That's just such a killer, Chris, because they had started to play with a little bit of tempo, had some success, and now you put yourself behind the chains with a silly penalty. It's second down and 11 or 12.
Yeah, when you're down 21 points, you can't be stubbing your toe or shooting yourself in the foot here. They got to get the momentum back here.
Shirley again on the run. Shirley, big hole, first down and more. Crossed the 30. And finally tracked down by Kendall Lee, but a big gainer by Jacob Shirley with Carson McBrayer on the sideline with an injury.
So, Matt, one thing that I've noticed, they have made an adjustment on the offensive line. It looks like they have moved Dylan from tackle to now center, and they're going to use him to kind of change up the pace on the offensive line there to put a little bulk there in the middle.
Good catch. That's 78, Dylan Villarule in there at center, the biggest guy on the team. And the pass is thrown complete to Cole Smith. Chambliss didn't wrap up, and he still gets dropped at the 21-yard line.
So it's a good adjustment by the coaching staff on North Forsyth. You've been getting beat quite a bit there on the interior offensive line, so they've made the adjustment. Clearly, they've got a little momentum now, so that might be paying off for them.
Imperative that they punch it in here and get some points before halftime. Don't want to go into the locker room down 3 scores. Shirley again right up the middle. And Kendall Lee leads the tackling charge with Devin Donaldson, the corner, getting the start today, coming in there to help him out.
Well, they have a lot of confidence in Shirley. That was another thing Coach talked about this week. Carson was obviously their bell cow. With him going out of this game, it's going to give more opportunity for Shirley So they have no reluctance in giving him the football. And clearly, he's had a couple of nice handoffs runs here in this second quarter.
Raiders in the Zaxby's red zone. Ball just inside the 20. It's third down.
Oh, another pre-snap penalty. Oh, no, it's going to be on the defense.
I think it's going to be on Archer, actually.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
So a gifted first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 14-yard line.
You're Coach Williams. That penalty drives you crazy. You had him on third down. A pre-snap penalty like that makes it a first down. It's just a killer for a defense.
Constable now in there at running back. And Constable, Amari Jones in on that tackle, along with Chin Oraka.
Well, you can see they're wanting to get this run game established here on this drive. They made the move. They moved Dillon in there at center. Clearly now they're gonna try to get this run game going to take a little pressure off of Eli, the quarterback. And so far so good. Seems to be working.
Second down. Cini, the quarterback, making his first varsity start. Going to the air, and it is caught at the 6-yard line. Under pressure, catch made by Jonathan Lynn, the senior.
Again, quarterback knew where he was going to go with the football. Into a tight window there.
Yep.
Good play by the receiver to come back and get that.
So 3rd and 2 from the 6, line to gain the 4, as we're now under 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
This should be an interesting play call here to see what they do.
They give to Constable. He gets blown up in the backfield. And that is Joran Griffin. And it's 4th down. Timeout called by Archer. They want to get the ball back.
Well, that's a minute 26 left to go in the first half. That's going to set up a 4th down. Clearly, North Forsyth needs some points here, so you would imagine here, given the distance, that they'll probably kick the field goal here.
Yeah, you got to get the 3 here.
You got to get something on the board if you're North Forsyth. But clearly, Coach Williams on the other side of the ball is, my offense is feeling pretty good right now.
Has all 3 timeouts remaining.
He's looking his chops with another chance to get the football back, to go down before the half to see they can add to that lead.
Plus, remember, Archer receives the second half kickoff, so this is kind of, playing the clock a little bit. Going the 2-for-1 like you do in basketball, working the shot clock a little bit. So now you're going to get another possession here at the end of the first half, and then you're going to get the first possession at the start of the second half.
Yeah, I really like the aggressive nature that Coach Williams is calling this game right now. Clearly, he's got a lot of confidence in his offense. His defense has played well so far, too, but I think offensively, with the rhythm that they've established with the young quarterback and obviously with Jonathan Stafford, there's no hesitation to take that ball back to see what you can do there right before the half.
Well, Dante Williams was the offensive coordinator at Collins Hill when they got to the state finals in 2020, won it in 2021, had a couple of guys named Sam Horn and Travis Hunter on his offense. So he knows what you can do when you got riches. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and that gets North Forsyth on the board as Caden Macias connects to break the shutout. Good kick by Macias, who's also a first-year kicker. Showed no signs of nervousness.
Well, North Forsyth badly needed that kick to go through there. They needed some points here before the half. They did get a little momentum on that drive. They moved the football. They ran the ball probably better that drive than they have all afternoon. So you feel like you got at least a little something going on that last drive that you can take with you to the second half if that's the next time they get the ball, to really get some momentum going there in the second half.
Matt Stewart along with Chris Millman of the Atlanta Falcons, and now what North Forsyth really needs to do is come up big defensively, because It's going to be fun to watch this Archer offense, the way they've operated here in the first half. They've got the full complement of 3 timeouts to work with here. Actually, they're down to 2. They're down to 2 timeouts, and if they can get a return to about the 30, got to go 70 yards for a touchdown, and less than that to get 3.
Yeah, when you have 2 timeouts, minute 22, with the type of offense that's no stranger to throwing the football, you got plenty of time if you're Coach Williams.
They kick it away from Stafford, and that's going to go out of bounds. So that's a big mistake right there, because that's going to bring it out to the 35.
Gosh, field position today in this football game has been huge here in the first half. There's been a number of punt situations that balls.
Team. Ball replaced at the 35-yard line. First down, Archer.
Yeah, there's been so many plays on special teams now that has put the ball at midfield. You know, there's another one, another special teams penalty. It's going to give Archer, pretty good field position here with a little over a minute to go here in the first half.
So they're 65 away from a touchdown. Probably need about 40 to get in field goal range for Gandy.
Let's see how aggressive Coach Williams is getting the ball down the field.
Rush coming. Doe stands in there. They drop it off underneath to Stafford. Stafford upended by Constable at the 44 as he picked up 9, and the clock continues to run.
Well, again, they're going to play with some pace here, and this is where it's been their strength this afternoon.
Quick out. Stafford here on the other side. He gets dropped short of the first down. That was Michelle, pardon me. Stafford was blocking, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Clock continues to go. Under 50 seconds.
Good play by North Forsyth. It's going to be 3rd down here.
They can go middle of the field and use a timeout. Doe to the sideline again. That's Fisher. He cuts back into the middle, does pick up the first down at the 48. That'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains.
That's going to put us at 33 seconds. They're going to get their first down. Looks like we got a cramp or some type of injury here on North Forsyth.
Yeah, it's a North Forsyth player. Yeah, this is definitely a cramp. That was the thing that was concerning about McBrayer when he left in the first half. It did not appear to be a cramp, but we have no report from the sideline on him. As you take a look at North Forsyth and their 2023 schedule presented by the Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association, and circle the one down here on October 27th with defending state finalists Gainesville. That's likely for the region championship in Region 8 6A.
Well,
it was last year.
Well, they took a tough loss to Gainesville last year at their place. They have clearly circled that game on their schedule this year. It's going to be interesting to see what their record is going to be going into that game. That could again serve as kind of a de facto region championship ball game for those two teams. But we got a lot of football to play till we get there.
Yeah, it's Jacob Shirley. He's looking like a linebacker / running back. You can see his white T-shirt is ripped up.
Well, that's a significant injury now. If you look at it, that's now two running backs now that have suffered some injuries.
Yeah, injury report presented by Northside Hospital. This one does not seem to be significant. This seems like a cramp. McBrayer, however, did go to the Northside Hospital injury tent. I have not seen him come out of it yet.
Yeah, hopefully we can get an update on him at halftime.
So back to action here. Doe scrambling, throwing across his body, and complete at the 39 to Stafford. And they're probably about 15 yards away from being in field goal range now.
A great throw again by the young quarterback. Defensively, you see, let's take a look at the catch here. He got his feet in bounds. Great throw, great catch.
Oh, they're bringing it back.
Are they?
I'm not sure why they're bringing it back. I mean, it was pretty clear to me. We don't have officiating replay review here, but he was in bounds.
Well, if this was Saturday, I think you'd see the red flag coming out of the head coach's pocket.
There's no doubt. There is no doubt. Challenge flag. There was no announcement from the officials, so that must have been what they said happened. But it clearly looked like he had his feet in bounds easily.
Look at North Forsyth's defense. They're really trying to confuse him.
Now that's Stafford on the other side, and he gets his feet down. Same spot, just different side of the field. Down to 15 seconds.
I don't think there's any concern on this one.
Yeah, he planted the foot and he dragged the toe. Just love his skill set, and his football IQ as a wide receiver is top end.
Well, you got about 15 seconds, left.
One timeout remaining.
They just got one timeout.
You save that for the field goal.
Yeah, so you could still play the middle of the field here. I mean, they've had the last couple plays have been to the sideline, but you got an opportunity here with one timeout in your pocket.
Doe looking to his left, now going to run it. They'll use the timeout at the end of this run. Taking a long time to get out of bounds, and he does it to 31 with 7 seconds remaining.
So great play by Jordan. He didn't force anything. I think obviously he knew he didn't have too much time, but he did get out of bounds. Didn't leave too much time, though. It's going to be 7 seconds left.
Yeah, it took a long time to get out of bounds there. This would be a 48-yard field goal, so that's probably out of the range of Jackson Gandy. And with 7 seconds remaining, conceivable they could run one more play and get a timeout, but not a play like they just ran.
Yeah, I think you could see them try get something quick in the middle of the field, get a quick timeout, bring the field goal unit on.
It's Fisher in motion. They go right in the middle. Got to get down to 1 second. And let's see if they got the timeout. Dante Williams was right there asking for the timeout. And Robert Kraft is telling his defense, let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. But that was a mistake right there. Needed to get down after making that catch so they could call the timeout.
Well, Coach Williams did everything he could to try to get that timeout in. And unfortunately, the referee didn't give it to him, so we're going to close the half there, 21-3.
Yeah, Chris, you got to remember they're high school players, but you got to have that awareness. In that situation, what's important is getting down and getting the timeout called, not an extra 2 yards. But at halftime, it's pretty much been all Archer here through 2 quarters, and a 21-3 lead for the team.
A journeyman with local 85. When you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
In sports, an edge is everything. Hard work, practice.
Let's stay focused out there.
It all adds up for your athletes. But what about your field? The right surface is a powerful advantage that allows them to train effectively and safely.
Here we go.
And when the lights come on, your team will be ready to win. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. Sports Turf.
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
America, come along with our adventure seekers and discover summer with Ford. Join friends Maisa and Leslie on an epic adventure with the capability of the Ford Bronco Sport. Head out with the Stevens family and stay connected with built-in Wi-Fi in the Ford Explorer.
Did you know that horses sleep standing up?
Road trip with the Sanchez family and available hands-free highway driving in the Ford F-150. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
Zaxby's hand-breaded chicken, fire-roasted corn, crunchy tortilla strips, cheddar jack cheese. Zaxby's Southwest Salad is a flavor fiesta, and our Southwest Ranch is the spice of the party. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Welcome all to the Sports Turf Halftime Show. I'm Kaylee Mansell, and with Game 2 coming up, it's time to hop into the U.S. Army coaches interview. I'm joined by Dave Savela and Tommy Jones. Coach Jones, let's start with you. Even though your program is only 6 years old, you've managed to snag 2 region titles already. What would you say was the biggest contributor to the rapid success of your program?
Yeah, we've just been very fortunate to have
A great community. We've had an outstanding coaching staff, and we've had some players that were excited about being a part of it, and they've worked hard and bought into the process and been a part of it. And but we also recognize that growth is it's not linear, and we've had some hiccups along the way as well. So but we're certainly excited about being here tonight.
Absolutely. Coach Chavela, in y'all scrimmage last week against Lanier, you rotated out 4 quarterbacks. Tonight you're going to start sophomore quarterback Max Walraven. What was it about him that said, this is our guy?
I think the biggest thing about Max is that he's just a real student of the game. I mean, he's obviously got the size and he runs well, has a good arm, but he's committed so much to the offseason, committed to getting bigger and stronger. His arm strength has improved a lot. And, you know, Carter Santani, our backup, has done a really good job too. But at the end of the day, I think Max just gives us a few more options.
And Coach Jones, tonight we will see the return of 6'3" senior tight end Ryan Graves. He has not played a snap since his sophomore year. How awesome has it been to have him back, and what difference will he make on the field tonight?
I mean, just the fact that he's playing tonight is just a huge story. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's had, you know, a knee injury and then another one, and you know, the fact that he's worked so hard to be able to be here tonight and play. And, you know, Ryan's one of our better players, and so we're really excited. It's almost like getting a move in, even though he's not. He's been with us the whole time, but it's great to have him back for sure.
And Coach Vela, we know that your wide receivers are going to bring it to the table tonight, but give me another position group we should look out for on the field.
Well, I'm going to say look at that offensive line, and the reason I say that is because, you know, I feel like we underachieved some last year, and I'm not picking on those guys in particular. We didn't probably coach them as well as we should have, but that's an area that we've really sort of circled as a place where we've got to make a lot of improvement. So I'm anxious to see if we've made that improvement.
All right, coaches, and everybody has gotten one unique set of questions. Y'all are both going to answer it. We'll start with you. What is the best color of Gatorade?
That would be yellow, unquestionably.
Okay, what you got? You have to say purple, I feel like.
Purple's great, but I'm going to go old school with the old citrus cooler. I mean, it's hard to beat that.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you both. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Archer Band presented by Breda Pest Management.
Becoming the #1 certified dealer in all of Georgia was no easy task. It required the highest quality of vehicles at the fairest prices, plus superb customer experiences. Now we've expanded our certified program to include every brand of vehicle. With Beaver Direct, it doesn't matter what brand you choose, they're all certified. Every vehicle will be thoroughly inspected and expertly reconditioned. Each includes a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. Visit us at beaverdirect.com and see for yourself why Beaver Direct is #1.
My name is Jason Williams. It was a rainy day, and I'd gotten hit from behind by a lady that was doing somewhere over 100 miles an hour is what they were saying. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Everybody that I talked to kept saying the same name, which was Morgan & Morgan. I was on hold for maybe 15 seconds. When they come back and said, Jason, we will absolutely take your case. As a non-tech savvy guy, I was able to navigate through all this stuff easily. Any question that I had, if I called, text, or emailed, they got right back to me. They made it as easy for me as it could have been.
If you are on the fence about ordering McDonald's, consider this a sign.
Mix and match a double cheeseburger, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or small fries for just $3.69. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's back. Come join the fun at the Athens Fair, August 31st through September 4th at the Greater Athens Fairgrounds. Bring the whole family out for a fun-filled day of one-of-a-kind rides like Carnage and Skydiver. There's something for everyone, including the circus, a petting zoo, live music, and all your favorite fair foods. On September 4th, join us for a special event, the Spanish Heritage Festival. Tickets at the gates are just $10 for adults and $5 for kids. See you at the Athens Fair, August 31st through September 4th at the Greater Athens Fairgrounds.
The Atlanta News First Cool Ray First Alert Tracker, a weather tracker with the power to change lives, giving you first alerts before Georgia weather makes its move, and powered by cutting-edge technology to give you extra time to prepare. The Atlanta News First Cool Ray First Alert Tracker.
And welcome back to the Sports Turf Halftime Show. I'm Kelly Mansell, and this time I'm joined by Score Atlanta reporter Craig Sager. And you know when we've got Craig on set, it's time for Sager Says, brought to you by Personal Touch Lawn Care. Craig, let's talk about this first half for a little bit. 21-7, what an awesome start for Dante Williams considering their record last season. I know that's not where they wanted to be. How does this bring momentum, not just to the rest of this game, but for the entire season for the Archer Tigers?
It's huge. A win would go a far way. I was listening to the sidelines. They said, you got to take away their will. You got to win this game. It would mean a ton. You look at their schedule.
Yes.
It's going to be brutal, but last season it took them until like week 6, I think, to get their first win. They had some close ones. So starting this thing off right, it would definitely give them a ton of momentum and confidence after last year.
And looking ahead to our second matchup of the night, we're going to see West Forsyth play Cherokee Bluff. What can we expect out of that matchup?
I think there's a lot of similarities. You're going to see a lot of new guys stepping up. So for both of these teams, it's huge. Who's going to step up and be your leader that's going to set the tone week 1 for the rest of the season? You vote on your team captains, but who's going to go out there and earn it?
And after tonight, we will have 7 games left of the Corky Kell Classic. But don't forget, there's also lots of other high school football games going around in the state of Georgia. What are some other games to look out for this week?
Well, we'll be at Fellowship. I actually think Fellowship is a state title favorite in 2A this year, but Roswell, Denmark, Coney County, Norfolk County, Trinity Christian would call.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Are you 18 years of age or older? Become a star. The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is now hiring for deputy sheriff with a signing bonus up to $4,700. They also have civilian and trades positions available. If you are interested in a career with the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, visit gogcso.com to learn more about compensation, incentives, benefits, and areas where you can start your career today. Are you ready to rise to the call? Join GCSO today and become a star.
And welcome back to the Sports Turf Halftime Show. It is time to bring in our halftime guest presented by Arasi. Here I have with me Alan Steele, the training director at Georgia Sheet Metal. So great to have you on. Tell me a little bit more about your role as training director and what it entails.
Well, as training director, I manage the entire apprenticeship school, coordinate classes, refer the students out to their on-the-job training work, and then also coordinate all of the classes that we have, all the instructors and things like that. It's a very busy job. It's a lot of moving parts there, but I've been doing it for 20 years, so it's very rewarding to see someone come in, go through the program, and make a successful career.
And what are the primary characteristics that you look for in an apprentice?
In an apprentice, someone that's willing to work, willing to learn, and dedicated. Not just looking for a job, but a career, something that they're going to have for the rest of their life. That's what we're looking for, hardworking men and women to come and get in our trade.
And I understand that Georgia Sheet Metal is very passionate about scholarships. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, our scholarship program pretty much is we issued over 68 scholarships this year. Pretty much what that means is that the student goes through their entire apprenticeship and their education is paid for through that scholarship and through our partners. And so when they finish our apprenticeship program in 4 years, they have no debt, no college debt. And that's one of the wonderful things about this program. And they don't have that burden. They're making money from day one, go through this 4-year program, and are making great money, great benefits, and they don't have that tuition debt hanging over their head.
And talk to me about some of the positions that you're currently hiring for.
Right now we're hiring we're always taking apprenticeship applications, but we're also hiring for helpers currently. We've already taken in this group of apprentices this August, but we're currently hiring helpers. We are in desperate need of helpers. That pays $15 an hour plus benefits. They get insurance for them and their entire family. And we're just looking for some hard, dedicated people right now. And if I had a call for 10 people, I couldn't fill that right now. So we need as many people as we can get.
And lastly, if people at home want to know more, where do they find out?
they can go to our website, which is www.jatc85.org, and make application, and we'll take the ball from there and run with it.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Alan. It's been so awesome to have you on. Guys, make sure to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We have football coming up right after the break.
We're here at halftime with our special guest, the Pinnacle Girl. Bailey, I now know you know how to say Pinnacle. Could you say it for our viewers?
Yes, sir. It's home improvements.
Pinnacle Home Improvements is now offering 0 down payment, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 12 months. Get a new roof installed, windows for your entire house, or new siding, and make it easy on yourself for a limited time only.
It's home improvements.
Hey Atlanta, we're the #1 certified used vehicle dealer in all of Georgia. Why? Quality vehicles, fair prices, and a really fun experience. With Beaver Direct, whether you purchase a Toyota, Ford, Honda, Nissan, Chevrolet, Lexus, BMW, Subaru, they're all certified. No one else can offer you that. Every vehicle gets a 164-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning, 12-month, 12,000-mile platinum warranty. Check it out at beaverdirect.com and see for yourself why Beaver Direct is #1.
Morgan & Morgan is not only America's largest injury law firm, we're also the only injury law firm in the world with lawyers licensed in all 50 states. With dedicated attorneys focused on personal injury, medical malpractice, insurance disputes, car crashes, employee rights, and many others, we have a 30-year track record of getting results for clients just like you. So wherever you are, whatever you need, our firm is ready to take your call. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
The dinner table looks different these days, but from countertops to desktops, unexpected places, and modern spaces. Meals have the power to bring us together. Cacique brings tradition to every moment, with authentic ingredients that add delicious flavor to any table. Even if your dinner doesn't make it to the table, Cacique will make it unforgettable. Authentic flavor, real moments. Cacique.
Some people think you can only have one favorite team. Well, I beg to differ. That's why I got Xfinity, so I can catch all my favorite teams out of market Sunday afternoon games. And for the first time ever, no dish needed. In a word, it's Fitz-credible. No, I got it. Fitzational. I should trademark that.
Switch to Xfinity today and learn how you can get up to $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube.
Welcome back. It is halftime at West Forsyth here on day 2 of the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic. Archer leading North Forsyth 21-3 here in our first game of the day, the 3rd game overall in the 11-game 4-day tournament. Matt Stewart along with Chris Millman, and wow, Archer really has dominated. Dante Williams, their head coach, promised that things were going to be a lot better in Season 2 than they were in Season 1. If the first half is any indication, he's right on the money.
Well, one of the things you got to be impressed about, and I've talked a lot about it in the first half, is just the young quarterback, Jordan Doe. I mean, he has played outside of his mind, in my opinion, for somebody who's just coming in as a young starter. He's played with a lot of confidence, a lot of poise. It'll be interesting to see now what type of adjustments North Forsyth makes in the second half, and if he can handle that.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats. They are brought to you by the Mechanical Trades Institute. What jumps out at you?
Oh, the passing yards, but, you know, that's just for Archer. Clearly, Jonathan Stafford has been a huge part of this game. He's got 11 catches for 117 of those yards already. They haven't had any problem really in the passing game going up and down the field. That's what jumps out at me. And then clearly the 2 turnovers on North Forsyth. You can't win football games if you're turning the football over, and to have 2 of those in the first half, there's a reason why they're down 21-3.
And a smothering defense by Archer. They have held North Forsyth to just 83 yards through the first 2 quarters. Let's take a look at the halftime highlights. They are presented by Ford, and the aforementioned Jonathan Stafford going to make a number of appearances here, as is that front 7 for Archer.
Yeah, so this is they obviously they did get a couple of plays there. This is the miss there on the field goal. Here's the young quarterback. You know, he got some rhythm, just getting the ball out of his hands. He was pretty confident in his reads here during the first half. And you're seeing a lot of these plays here right now. And this was the beautiful deep ball that he had. That was the first touchdown of the first half.
That was a 27-yard touchdown pass to Jonathan Stafford. And the defense for Archer just kept coming up big twice. North Forsyth turned the ball over on downs. This is the pick six by Kendall Lee, the linebacker, 15 yards and a 14-0 lead, Chris, at that point.
Yeah. Now, Kendall Lee is another guy that we've called a few times here this afternoon. Made some big plays there in the first half. Obviously, the pick six being the best one.
Fumble on the attempted punt field, and that turns into Stafford, another touchdown catch. 2 for him in the first half. Another look at it right there.
Yeah, just another good throw there. Let his receiver go and make a play. Clearly was a little fired up after he made that touchdown for his second of the game.
And then late, you get the field goal by Macias as North Forsyth does get on the board. They really could have used 7 there. Clock runs out on Archer, or else they would have had more at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think he didn't even think he was going to be that open, and so he kind of didn't really know what to do. And that little indecisiveness that he had, he didn't know what to do and tried to get down there just in time to get that timeout, but unfortunately they couldn't get it in.
Nonetheless, it's Archer on top, 21-3. We'll come back and start the third quarter when we get back.
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
The legend of Zaxby's hand-breaded chicken. The fire of roasted corn. The crunch of tortilla strips. The kick of Southwest Ranch. It's a Southwest salad, and it's not for the faint of flavor. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Struggling with slow or unreliable software releases? Orsi is here to help. We turn your software delivery from a source of frustration to an accelerated, automated process. With our certified consultants and technology partners, we help you deliver secure, high-quality software with increased velocity and higher customer satisfaction. Join us at Orsi, your ultimate partner in software delivery. Visit our website now. Let's automate.
Planting season is here, and it's time to give your yard the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Why Personal Touch? Courteous service, attention to detail, and a desire to give you the best lawn in your neighborhood.
They have the knowledge and skills to do anything that I would need.
Call now for a 25% discount on design and consultation services.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238, or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
A journeyman, when you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Gatorade, Fuel Tomorrow, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613, Electrify Your Career, Georgia's Rome, where the rivers meet and the mountains begin, Gordo's, Fiesta Every Day, and by Orasi, driving software innovation one application at a time. Let's automate.
Back for the start of the second half here at West Forsyth High School in Cumming, Georgia. The Wolverines up next, taking on Cherokee Bluff in our second game of the day. Here in game number 1, Archer leading North Forsyth by a score of 21-3. And Chris, the Tigers will be getting the ball to begin the second half.
Yeah, so they are going to have an opportunity here to really kind of, not to say blow open this game, but right now you're sitting at a 21-3 mark. A lot of football left to play, but if I'm Coach Williams, I'm really wanting to take advantage of this opportunity here right now, as you're going to get the ball and have an opportunity to really go down the field. And let's see if North Forsyth's defense can step up here. They've got a couple of positive momentum plays here late in the second half, late in the first half. Let's see what they can do here starting the second half to really get back in this game.
But I really like the tempo, the execution, and just the general tenor of this Archer offense so far here in the first half. A lot of like what we saw when Dante Williams was the offensive coordinator at Grayson. He was the offensive coordinator when the state title in 2016. Chase Bryce was their quarterback in 2021 at Collins Hill when Sam Horn was the quarterback. Just a lot of tempo and flow, and just not a lot of stops and starts.
Yeah, so one of their strengths, obviously, in the first half was like you said, playing with that tempo. So it'll be interesting to see kind of the chess match that goes on here in the second half. What type of adjustments does North Forsyth make? What type of adjustments does Archer make?
Stafford from the 5-yard line. Stafford down the sideline. And Stafford finally pushed out of bounds close to midfield. That was Alvarez who got to him. Otherwise, he might have gone the distance.
Jonathan Stafford with another play to add to his resume today. Just watch the burst here. Boom. He gets up and goes. And again, Archer is starting this drive at midfield again with great field position.
5'10", 165, and a sophomore. He's got the skill set. It's the measurables that are probably going to hold him back a little bit in recruiting, not necessarily a whole lot.
Well, again, I'll repeat something that I said earlier is, you know, you love talking to these coaches and hearing about, you know, how great of an athlete they are, how many plays they're going to make. But when Coach said that he's got a 4.0 GPA, that's when you know this is a good kid.
Yeah, no doubt. Doe on the quarterback keeper on the first snap, and Doe picks up close to 5.
Might have been a late hit out of bounds. Looks like the referee did not make a call on that.
Yeah, I like what Dante Williams said about Jordan Doe. He thinks he's the best player on the field, so he's got that swagger that you need. He's a point guard on the basketball team, so he knows how to run an offense already. He's just got a little something to it.
Well, folks, understand this. Jordan is a sophomore. Coach said that he did not start playing quarterback until the 8th grade. So this guy is very inexperienced at this position.
So you got Stafford, the sophomore. You got Doe, the sophomore. That's a couple of star key pieces you're going to have for the next 3 seasons, counting this one.
5-yard penalty, previous spot, replay second down.
Well, again, Coach Williams is not going to like that penalty. Had a nice positive play there on first down, but now this is going to back him up with another pre-snap penalty.
That was the tackle, the right tackle, Jalen Gamble. And Dante Williams took over after Andy Dyer left for Elbert County to be an assistant coach with Shannon Jarvis. Fisher the carry, and he's going to get stopped in the backfield. Ben Gardner, the will linebacker.
Yeah, great play. Let's see the replay. I don't think it doesn't look like he didn't have very much room to maneuver here. Oh, great play by 23. Yeah, Gardner stepped up in that play and really made a great tackle.
One of the few times in this game that the Archer offensive line's been beaten at the point of attack. This is an offensive line. No returning starters. Their one starter, Geraldo Garza, who returned from last year, is out with an injury today.
This is going to be 3rd and long. Let's see what Jordan decides here.
Pocket for him, and intercepted at the 22-yard line. Picked off by Lanetian.
Well, again, this North Forsyth defense needed to make a play to get back in this game, and boy, did they sure did there on 3rd down. And the safety just read the quarterback's eyes, went up, made the play, had 3 guys around him.
Big pickoff by Lanetian right there in the middle of the field. Had 1 interception last year as a sophomore, now a junior starter. Young man who can play all 3 positions in the secondary for North Forsyth, the safety, the corner, and that anchor position.
Okay, now remember, for those at home, starting running back, Carson is out with an injury, so you have lost your bell cow here, it looks like, for the second half.
Right up the middle, flag out as North Forsyth gets 6 yards on the gain by Constable. We tried to get an update on McBrayer at halftime and could not get one, so we know that he's out. We don't know for the length, but he has now been out since he left the field and has not returned. In fact, I have not seen him on the field since he went to the tent. Or it's the sideline, I should
Personal
say.
foul, face mask on the defense, 15-yard penalty for the end of the run, first down.
Matt, I think that's the third.
It is.
Is that the third face mask now?
It is.
On the Archer defense here tonight. So clearly that's something that the officials are looking for. Let's see if we see it. Yep, there it is right there, it looked like. So look at North Forsyth now. They got a little momentum. Got the ball out to midfield. Let's see what they do.
Ball at the 41, 1st and 10. Constable on the cutback. He gets 5 on the play, up to the 46.
Well, even though they're missing their starting running back, you know, Coach Kraft talked a lot this week about he has a lot of confidence in this running back room. So they're not going to have any issues giving the ball to Constable or Shirley here in the second half.
Constable had 5 carries a year ago as a sophomore. Right up the middle to the 43.
Now, Matt, one thing that they have done is they actually have moved Dylan back out to right tackle there. So the big offensive lineman who they moved to center for a little bit during the first half is back out on the edge there at right tackle.
This time nothing doing as Justin Robinson and Canaan Edwards are there to stop him. But Constable only 5 carries a year ago. Jacob Shirley, who we've seen carry the ball, only 3 carries a year ago. So from an experience standpoint, as far as reps at the running back position, they don't have a lot of that with McBrayer out of the game.
Yeah, they have absolutely tried to get the running game established here early in the second half. Let's see if they continue to go with it.
Pass complete to the tight end Roberts, down to the 38. Pick up a 5 on the play.
So mixed it up a little bit there. Hit a quick pass there over the middle of the field. It's going to set up about a 3rd and about 5 or 6 here. And you just feel like this is kind of a big play at this point in the ball game for North Forsyth.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5. North Forsyth is 0 for 6 on 3rd down conversions in this game. Although they have picked up 1 by penalty, and they're going to be close to picking up 1 on penalty here too. A second one.
You got another pre-snap penalty.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's another 1st down by penalty for North Forsyth. They'll take it given the position they're in right now, down 18. Ball at the 33. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Justin Robinson, the defensive end, coming off the edge, got a piece of it.
Well, you felt the defensive line. They brought a little bit of pressure on that play. You haven't seen really much of that this first drive here, the second half, but clearly they're trying to stop the momentum here, trying to change up the look here on the quarterback.
So 2nd down and 10. Can't tell you how much of a break we've caught on the temperature today, given where it was a couple of days ago, start of the week. Ball batted down again.
Well, here comes that defensive line, like we've talked about, who you've just felt in that first half that they were going to wreak havoc on this offensive line today. So far in the second half, it looked like North Forsyth finally had something a little bit going, but here right now the defensive line is starting to show up here on this new set of downs. So now you're looking at, what, 3rd and 10?
Yeah, that was the rush in Canaan Edwards that time. So back-to-back coming from the right side of that defensive line. Robinson and Edwards have gotten in the face of Sini and knocked the pass down. Going to try it again. Pass is caught. No, broken up. Nothing doing. Nice play by the corner, Larry Joseph, and it's 4th down.
I don't think, it doesn't look like that Larry was too confused here. It looks like he kind of read it the whole way and then just did his part to just try to get the ball knocked out there of Gravitt's hands.
Yeah, just good job of ripping it out as he's going down to the ground. So 4th and 10, and they got to go for it here.
Well, this is again, you feel like, again, this is a big play. Let's see what North Forsyth calls here.
And North Forsyth is 0 for 2 on 4th down conversion so far today. Heavy rush, gets away from it for the moment, and he's going to be caught at the 30-yard line, and the ball's going to go over on downs for the 3rd time in this game.
Well, good job by Eli to try to avoid the rush. It looked like clearly he was going to get sacked there for a major loss there on 4th down. He did get away, but you'll watch here, did not have much room to go and came up short.
Defense for Archer, getting after it. Now they'll go on offense when we get back.
Zaxby's new funnel cakes are fried to perfection, dusted with powdered sugar and served with a caramel sauce, which means you can have your funnel cake and dip it too. And you can get one free with purchasing the Zaxby's app. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
America, come along with our adventure seekers and discover summer with Ford. Join friends Maisa and Leslie on an epic adventure with the capability of the Ford Bronco Sport. Head out with the Stevens family and stay connected with built-in Wi-Fi in the Ford Explorer.
Did you know that horses swim standing up?
Road trip with the Sanchez family and available hands-free highway driving in the Ford F-150. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. Have you or anyone you know used a drug named Ozempic or Wegovy to treat diabetes or help aid in weight loss? These drugs have been linked to severe side effects such as stomach paralysis, persistent vomiting, and constant nausea. Do you or anyone you know have any severe side effects after taking one of these drugs? If so, do not delay. You may be entitled to compensation. Visit forthepeople.com or call the number on your screen now. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Do not stop taking a prescribed medication without first consulting a physician.
Funnel cakes at Zaxby's? Sweet! Dusted with powdered sugar and served with a caramel dipping sauce? Sweet! Free with purchase in the Zaxby's app? Sweet! Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Archer back on offense after stopping North Forsyth on downs for the 3rd time in this game. And in almost every phase, Archer has been so strong in this game. They got pressure on Doe that time, and he heaves it over the head of Stafford.
Well, Jordan, he took a hit here on this play. That was probably the biggest hit I've seen him take so far this afternoon. But watch this hit by 99.
Brody Hancock has lived up to the billing. He's been one of the few guys been able to, beat the offensive line and get to the quarterback in this game.
You definitely have felt his presence today, and again, he's somebody that's definitely counted a lot upon by this coaching staff to kind of set the tone for that defense. We need a few more plays like that here in the second half to get them going.
Yeah, he played the boundary a year ago, playing the field this time. That'll be the position he plays at the next level. Stafford catches it, fumbles it. They're going to rule that incomplete.
Well, he's been so sure-handed here so far this afternoon.
To me, that looks like a catch and a fumble, but the official right there on top of it said it's incomplete.
Let's check the replay here.
Yeah, no, I think that's the right call. The officials get it right. They don't need the replay. What you didn't see on that angle was he was juggling the ball.
So again, 3rd down, 3rd and long again. Another big play for North Forsyth's defense. Can they get a little pressure on Jordan, not to give him a lot of time to sit back and just try to pick apart this defense?
Doe, pressure, gets it out. Wallace at midfield. Wallace inside the 30. Wallace all the way down to the 17, 18-yard line. And a big gainer, Chris, on 3rd and 10.
What a throw and what a catch and run by Wallace. Which, again, this is the kind of guy you want to get out there in space Look at Jordan. He goes to looks like his second read possibly on that play. You know, North Forsyth looked like they might have had the right coverage.
And they're going to bring it back. There's a flag sitting on the ground at the 48.
Pass interference on the offense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Replay third down.
Another penalty by Archer that just kills you after a great throw. But I'll tell you, on the plus side, again, you saw the young quarterback kind of go through his progression there, stepped up, made a perfect throw to Wallace, and just let his playmaker go make a play.
That's 8 penalties now on Archer in this game. And in just sheer numbers, you're talking about 8 penalties for 80 yards, and then the untold, the hidden yardage like that. You just lost 50 yards on a play with the penalty.
And that just kicks your butt as an offense to put you now behind the sticks as much as you are. I mean, it's third in an ocean here currently.
That's the one thing. I mean, no game is perfect, and while they've excelled on offense, defense, the penalties are something they'll need to clean up.
Now we got another flag.
Delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay third down.
Well, I think Coach Williams is going to have a few things to clean up next week. Is definitely some of these pre-snap penalties that have really snake bit him today.
So in Jordan Doe's defense, the play clocks, now the play clocks are working. They got them working in the backs of the end zone. Pass is thrown. That's Stafford again. Stafford up to the 23-yard line. What a game for Jonathan Stafford.
Now, if I'm an Archer fan here, I have no problem with that play call. You're up 21-3. Your defense is playing very well. Let's not make any mistakes to try to force anything downfield just to make a play. Listen, your team's playing pretty well right now. You know, be smart with the football, which they were there. They're going to have to punt here, which is just fine. Bring your defense back out and let them continue to try to make a play for you.
Yeah, your defense has not allowed a touchdown yet today. They have held North Forsyth to 113 yards of total offense. Short kick now takes a bounce for Archer, rolls across midfield and dead at the 48. So that's where North Forsyth wins the field position battle right there. They'll go on offense when we get back.
Forget to wear your seatbelt.
I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your best, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future. Every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC provides apprentices with free training and careers that are stable and essential to the operation of the modern world. Both craft jobs and management positions offer lucrative pay with benefits as well as the stability of a growing industry. Skilled journeymen in the sheet metal industry are essential to our community now and in the future. Learn more about free technical training with no student debt at our website, careersinsheetmetal.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
The Mechanical Trades Institute is an opportunity towards personal financial freedom through hands-on and rewarding work. Our school is completely free and gives apprentices the knowledge and skills required to gain access to a lifelong career path. Apprentices learn pipe fitting, plumbing, mechanical service, and welding. They earn money as they learn and graduate with no student debt. Start a career with the Mechanical Trades Institute and change your financial future.
Just the second all-time meeting between these two teams, the first coming in the 2013 first round of the playoffs, and Archer a 34-7 winner way back then. Here today, it's the first game of this Thursday doubleheader in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. Matt Stewart, Chris Millman, and Archer has been dominating. 21-3 lead North Forsyth, Chris. If they're going to get back in this ball game, it's got to be in a hurry.
Well, clearly the running game is something that they want to lean heavily on. Coming into this game, that's what they had hoped to establish. They haven't been able to really do it in the first half. Second half, they've done it a little bit better so far.
Cini across the middle is caught by Smith, and a big gainer down to the 17-yard line. And a touchdown saving tackle. We also have a cramp on the Archer player at the 16-yard line.
Good throw by Eli, just stepping up in the pocket. He knew where he wanted to go with the football there. He went and let his playmaker, Brady Holbrook, go down there and make that catch. You feel like you got a little momentum, which is a good thing for North Forsyth, that you're looking to scratch your way back into this game.
That's the biggest offensive pass play for North Forsyth in this game, as the Raiders are now in the Zaxby's red zone at the 16-yard line, and a first down coming up. But just 72 yards passing for Cini on 11 of 21, and about half of that just came on that one play.
Yeah, well, they know that they got to mix it up a little bit between the run and the pass. They haven't been able to throw the ball very well here so far in this game. You hope Eli now, after that big play, gives them a little bit of confidence here as he's trying to scratch his way to get back in this game. But they're down in the red zone now. Let's see what they can do here coming out of the injury timeout.
High school scoreboard presented by Score Atlanta. Yesterday on the opening day of the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, North Atlanta clobbered Johns Creek 58-14. Parkview 43-24 winner over Kell. And coming up later on tonight, right here on Peachtree TV, Cherokee Bluff and host West Forsyth. That's an 8 o'clock start. So 1st and 10, Chris, ball at the 16-yard line. Handoff goes to Shirley. They'd had some success running Shirley with the ball in the first half. That time it's Araka coming up with the tackle.
And defended really well there by Archer. Again, this is you're seeing the speed that this defensive has throughout the ball game here today. And a good group of gang tackling there by the Archer defense.
2nd down and 10. There's a good look at Robert Kraft in his 8th season in the North Forsyth program. Cini to the air and throws behind his target. That's Cole Smith, who caught the big pass just a few moments ago.
Definitely the timing was off on that play. And, you know, that's not a crazy thing to see here early in the season. Again, this is the first game for both teams. You're going to see some timing things that might not be as crisp as they will be in October and November. But unfortunately, a miscommunication there between the quarterback and the receiver.
Lost some really talented players off of last year's team. They graduated 22 seniors and 11 all-region players as Hancock scores the touchdown as the first of the season for North Forsyth. Brody Holbrook, I called him Hancock. They have a Hancock and a Holbrook. This is Holbrook with the touchdown catch wide open at the 5.
Right in the middle of the field. So clearly that's an area here on this past drive where the quarterback was looked like he was pretty open on that play. He knew where he was going with the football, and we got a football game here.
Yeah, they had to have that. The PAT is up and good, and it's 21-10 with 4:31 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, if you're Coach Kraft, you're pretty excited about what you saw from your offense there on that drive. Obviously, that was the first drive in this game where they've had a little bit of momentum. Now it's going to be up to the defense. And can they slow down this Archer offense?
Scoring summary is brought to you by Breda. 5 plays, 52 yards. The big centerpiece of the drive, the pass from Cini to Smith. And then the 17-yard reception by that man right there, number 0, Brady Holbrook.
Well, it's one thing when we talked to Coach Kraft this week. one thing that he said about him was big-time player.
Yeah, and he's shown that so far. A big-time baseball player. In fact, he played as a freshman, but did not play last year as a sophomore, back out to play football this year. But he was laser-timed this year at 4.41 in the 40.
Well, you can see he had some speed there as he made the play there for that touchdown. I'll be interested to see when they get the ball back again, does he become more of a focal point in the offense here for North Forsyth?
So it's 21-10 as North Forsyth finally gets on the board with the touchdown. Caden Macias going to angle the kick to the 35 where it's caught and dropped right away.
That was an interesting call.
That was Michelle with the catch. So you're kicking it away from Stafford. I get that. Yeah. Stafford's very dangerous. We saw him return one up close to the 50-yard line earlier in this quarter. Well, but you know, so which one do you prefer? The danger of having one taken back all the way, or just immediately surrendering good field position is what you do when you give them the ball at the 35?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I feel like this is the worst field position that Archer has actually had today. It seems like almost every time they've had the ball, they've been on the other side of the 40. So, yeah, you're kind of right. It's kind of like pick your poison here. So you can't criticize the call there by the coach and how they handled that special teams play.
So Archer back on offense. Let's see if the North Forsyth defense can rise to the occasion. Doe throws and nearly intercepted at the 40-yard line. And Zach Alvarez, a junior corner who's 6'2", 170. They expect this guy to blossom into a big-time college prospect.
Yeah, the quarterback is feeling a little bit pressure right now. You know, he's feeling this is going to be a little bit of adversity now. The defense is starting to play with a little bit more of an edge. How does the quarterback handle these conditions?
Yeah, 2nd down and 10. Doe to the air underneath, and that's going to be a first down catch and run up to the 47-yard line, and that's Wallace making the catch.
That'll move the chains. And again, you've watched the rest of this game so far, most of this game today. Stafford and Wallace. Those are his two guys there on the offense.
That's the 4th catch of the game for Wallace. Doe goes right back to the well again. Across the 50-yard line, picks up about 5 on the play. So Wallace back-to-back catches to get him across midfield.
Well, it looks like, again, Archer's going back to trying to play with a little bit more tempo. That's where they had some success in the first half. Obviously, they got a little bit of that going here now. Let's see if they continue it.
So 2nd down, Doe going to run to the sideline and then cut back up and get close to the first down.
I think that's going to come back. There's a flag right around the line of scrimmage. It looked like it might have been a hold.
And again, if there's been one thing to criticize Archer about today, it's been the number of penalties. That'll be number 10.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
So that's 10, and that's going to give them 10 for 95 yards, whereas North Forsyth is 2 for 10.
Yeah, there's one reason why North Forsyth has been able to hang around in this game is because of all these infractions that Archer continues to make, in particular on offense.
So 2nd down and 16 as we go under 3.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. But the Raiders have put themselves back in the game, down a couple of scores as we get close to the start of the 4th. Pass complete. Michelle dropped it.
Well, that would have made it probably 3rd and maybe 10 or 11. Now that's going to be 3rd and probably, 17, 18 here now. So you don't have too many plays in your playbook for these kinds of calls, especially when you have a sophomore quarterback.
But I have been impressed with Doe. He is 21 for 38. He's right at 200 yards for the game. Both of his touchdown passes going to Stafford in the first half. Heavy rush coming off the edge. They dump it off for Fisher, the running back, and he's got the first down inside the 30. Finally knocked out of bounds close to the 20.
Absolutely great play design by Archer on this screen pass. Watch some of these big mamma jammas here on that offensive line get out there, and they just go ahead and just let Fisher go.
Yeah, well, they're just kind of getting in the way. I mean,
my gosh.
And that's the good thing. They're just the big roadblocks out there. 1st and 10 for Archer at the 22.
How about Fisher's shoes? Those got to be the best shoes on the field currently today.
Yeah,
those aren't bad. Those are like the Nickelodeon slime shoes.
Yeah. Ball goes back to Fisher again. Tight ropes the sideline, steps out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
If Fisher keeps his balance there, he's walking in for 6 points there. But clearly, here's another playmaker on this offense. Get him the ball. Let him go to work.
And another flag down, going to wipe out that catch and run. So that's going to put them over 100 yards and penalty yards in this game. And it's not just the penalty yards, Chris. It's also all the big plays they've wiped out because of the penalties.
These are the type of calls that just frustrate you as an offensive coach, and honestly, probably as an Archer fan, because
personal foul, face mask on the offense, 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
That's the 4th face masking penalty against Archer. The first on the offensive side. They've had 3 on the defensive side, and a 4th one here coming against the offense.
So if you are a high school football program that has this officiating crew calling your game next week, please put in your notebook that this crew loves to call the face mask penalty.
Yeah.
This might be a record that I've seen here.
Yeah, I've never seen
the amount
this
of face masks called in one game.
You're right. I haven't seen this many in a game before. It's obviously a quote-unquote point of emphasis with them.
100%.
So 1st and 25. Third and 25, pardon me. Yeah, because it wipes out the first down that they picked up.
Well, the last time that they had a play call like this with this type of down and distance is when they did the screen. So you wonder here, again, you're up 11. It's in the 3rd quarter. Still lots of time. You know, be smart if you're the young quarterback.
Okay, so it is going to be 1st and 25.
Okay, good. All right. We got that all square.
Well, that's big, because you're going to need probably 3 downs to make up the 25 yards. And we're probably in 4-down territory anyway. Approaching 2.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Doe running away from Hancock and going to step out of bounds at the 30-yard line. There is no doubt Brody Hancock really comes like a beast off that edge. He has been a consistent pass rush for North Forsyth in this game.
Well, Jordan's done a great job distributing the football, but he's also shown the ability to go out and run a little bit. You know, he's not showing any lack of confidence to use his legs if he needs to, and made a nice little productive play there on 1st round to get some positive yards.
Dante Williams was a quarterback back in his playing days at Duluth High School. Then he played for the legendary Pat Sullivan at Samford in Birmingham. Dumping it off for a screenplay, and North Forsyth has it read perfectly as Fisher is dropped right away.
Really a great job by the North Forsyth defense. They were not going to be bit by that play once again. And the linebackers and the defensive backs were reading that play, looked like all the way. We're not going to let him get out in space again.
That was the backup linebacker, Cole Simpson, a sophomore, making that tackle, as North Forsyth getting some of their second teamers in here in the 3rd quarter, getting his starters fresh for the 4th.
So 3rd and 19 here, Matt. Let's see how they play this.
Hancock off the edge again, got a piece of him. Doe throws off balance, and it is caught at the 7-yard line.
Unbelievable. What a play by the receiver. Once again, one of his playmakers, William Wallace, 3 defenders around him. Jordan probably didn't have any business of trying to force that one in there, but he just let his playmaker go and make this play. Watch this catch.
Wow.
Oh, baby, great concentration. That is playmaker making a play.
I think we might call that a Sports Center top 10 nominee right there. First and goal to go with the ball at the 7 after a spectacular highlight reel catch by William Wallace.
Oh, William, Stafford, I know has been a big storyline of this game, but William, 6 catches, 71 yards. He's made some plays today for this offense.
Timeout. Archer.
So a timeout called by North Forsyth. That's the first that they have used here in this half, and they can ill afford to allow Archer to score here and go down 3 scores again. But watch the concentration by William Braveheart Wallace.
Unbelievable. That might be my favorite name on today's roster, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt.
But what a catch. That's just an unbelievable sense of concentration by the receiver. I'll tell you now, though, so they have the ball at the 7-yard line. North Forsyth, if you are the Coach Kraft, you've got to have your defense make a stand right here. Let's try to hold them to 3. Let's keep it a 2-score game. You feel like now you're getting late in the 3rd quarter. You need your defense to step up. I'm going into my bag of tricks here to try to come up with something to stop these Archer Tigers.
Well, Chris, you and I knew that Archer had 2 of the best receivers in Gwinnett County coming back this year. We didn't know what else they had, but we knew they had Stafford and Wallace. Those 2 young men today have combined for 18 catches for over 200 yards, 202.
Amazing. Like, for the first game of the season to have to be putting, stats together like that, these guys are going to be a force all season long.
So first and goal to go from the 7, Doe. Fisher blocking for him, throwing, touchdown. Isaac Michelle gets in on the fun.
And Isaac is somebody that he's targeted only a few times today, but finds him in the end zone here, which you feel like for Archer is a big, big score to put you back up 17 points. Jordan rolls out here, finds one of his receivers there in the end zone. Looks like there might have been a little confusion there on the defensive side of the ball. Big score for Archer.
7-yard touchdown pass, and that is huge as we head to the 4th quarter. Barring a quick score by North Forsyth, they're going to be down 18 points. They're going to be down 3 touchdowns going into the final 12 minutes.
Yeah, your back is now against the wall if you're North Forsyth, so you got to really think about now, Coach Kraft, the head coach here at North Forsyth, you and your offensive coordinator, which again is in a first year here in this program. You don't have a lot of options now. You got to try to get back in this game with only essentially almost just 1 quarter left.
And Archer, which has been one of the standard bearers in Gwinnett County for the last decade, despite the fact it's still a relatively new school. They played for a state championship in year 5 of the school in 2014. And had their streak of 9 consecutive seasons making the playoffs snapped a year ago, winning only 2 games. They look like they're back. Group ticket packages are available now for Falcons home games. Learn more about options for youth sports teams, client hosting, and more at atlantafalcons.com/tickets.
What is Falcons football? It's Grady putting quarterbacks on notice. It's Kyle shredding defenses like a unicorn. It's Tyler breaking tackles like phone screens. It's AJ locking down anyone on his island. It's Drake touching the sun. It's ZP breaking another record. What is Falcons football? It's all you dirty birds. Rise up.
There's a look at the scoring summary brought to you by Breda. 9 plays, 65 yards, and the catch by Michelle, 7 yards from Doe, who's now thrown 3 touchdown passes here in his sophomore varsity debut.
Doe is a point guard in basketball also, and for those of you that are basketball fans know it's about dishing the basketball. Usually your high assist guy, that's exactly what he's doing here as a quarterback.
Getting the ball to his playmakers. And this is Holbrook on the return. And Brady Holbrook will not be denied. Finally dropped at the 33-yard line. The Raiders just need a lot more of that.
Well, he is playing with some serious passion on that play. Looks like he might have gotten He might have gotten beaten up a little bit on that tackle. Man, he was running like a man on a mission here. Watch him run. Boom. Again.
6'2", 184. He's looking a lot bigger than 184 to me.
Yeah, he's looking to just, basically give his team a spark right now. They desperately need it. Let's see if they can kind of continue to try to get back in this game.
So 1st and 10 from the 33. And moving the pile all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Well, you just felt like that special teams play a little while ago might have given them at least a little bit of momentum. And on 1st down, it looks like they've got the 1st down.
Might be the final play. Well, the clock has stopped. We'll get another play in, at least one more, with 26 seconds to play.
I think Coach Timmerman, the offensive coordinator here for North Forsyth, is feeling a little bit of urgency here now.
They go right back up the middle. Nothing doing that time. Edwards making the tackle. That might have been the final play of the 3rd quarter. And they're going to let it go. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. We've played 36 minutes at West Forsyth with 12 to go. Archer, who won only 2 games all of last year, looking for a big season opening win. They are 1 quarter away from that as they lead it 28-10 here in Cumming.
Cherokee Bluff versus West Forsyth, Thursday at 8 on Peachtree TV.
Names that you know, but people you really don't know.
Look at you doing your what?
The show is going to be big names in Atlanta, but it's going to be big names, period. That's what this show is about.
Only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV.
Ella Dorsey and the First Alert Weather and Traffic Team, getting you ready for Mother Nature from Atlanta's most accurate team. Atlanta News First, every morning, ready for everything.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
Link your Ingalls Advantage card to your child's school, giving the advantage to those who really need it. That's our pledge to you.
States, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease a Santa Fe for $269 a month, or get a Tucson or Santa Fe with up to $2,500 bonus cash or 3.29% APR at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
I was on the way to work and I got rear-ended. The first person that I called was Morgan & Morgan. With Morgan & Morgan, the process in general, very easy. I could be in a different state, and for me to just do this, click this E sign, I'm like, okay. Working with Morgan & Morgan is so easy.
Start of the 4th quarter. Your highlights from the 3rd quarter of play. Archer still getting after it on defense up front. Hancock leveling the quarterback. There's the first touchdown of the game for the Raiders as Holbrook scored on the pass from Cini. And Archer with a 28-10 lead as we start the 4th quarter. Matt Stewart along with Chris Millman. Thanks for joining us. First game of 2 here at Wolverine Stadium this evening. Cini to the air on the first play of the quarter, looking for Smith. Al Smith makes an incredible catch.
What
wow.
a catch.
Did we end up at the circus or something? My gosh.
What a catch. For him to just extend like that. Great throw by Eli. Step up in the pocket. He kind of knew where he was going there the whole time. Receiver went and made a play in a time when North desperately needed somebody to do that. And now it looks like they're going to kick the extra point, or are they going to go for 2 here?
Well, 2 would cut it to 10, make it a 2-score game. If you kick the extra point, you're still down 2 score. I mean, you're still down 11, means you got to get 2 touchdowns. The field goal doesn't help you. So they are going to go for 2 here, and I think this is the smart thing to do.
I agree. Coach Kraft, definitely, he knew what he was doing here.
Cini rolling, looking, throwing, and intercepted. And the 2-point conversion attempt will fail That was Donaldson who got the pick in the corner of the end zone. But what a catch by Cole Smith just a few minutes after William Wallace made a spectacular juggling catch. You had a full extension diving catch by Cole Smith.
Yeah, Cole went up and probably made the play of the game so far for North Forsyth. Hey, listen, they didn't get the two-point conversion there, but they got the quick touchdown, what they desperately needed. You're down 12 points now. Plenty of time to go here in the fourth quarter. You need your defense to step up here and see if they can get the ball back to the offense here to continue to get this game closer.
Scoring summary is presented by Marietta. 3 plays, 34 yards, less than a minute, and Cole Smith with the 24-yard reception. And it was more than just a reception. That was another SportsCenter top 10 nominee in my book.
We've had a couple.
Two
we have
that have just jumped off the page at you. Highlight reel catches. One for Wallace, now one for Cole Smith.
Well, you've seen a couple of effort plays here from North Forsyth here in the last few minutes of this game. You know, we had a couple plays earlier on here. You have the big leaping catch here in the end zone there. They're trying to get back in this game, and there's some effort going to try to get back in it.
Another angle kick. This time it's fair caught at the 28. So that's where Archer will go on offense, leading by 12. So, again, going back to the math of it, going for the 2 right there, it's absolutely the right call, because whether if you kick the 1, you still got to get two touchdowns to win the game.
Yeah, you're okay. You know, either way, obviously you would have liked to have gotten that, but either way here, you're still within striking distance. This game is far from over. You just need your defense now to step up here and really make a play.
So Archer goes on offense. 11:52 left in regulation, and a 12-point lead for the Tigers. They have been the story most of the day. Handoff goes to Fisher, and Fisher going to get dropped by the linebacker. Cole Simpson making his second tackle of the second half.
Well, you like to see that coming right on the change of possession there. Get an early stop, continue the momentum. You put Archer behind the sticks now. Second and long here for the young quarterback. You like where that's going if you're North.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. I think we're heading for a finish, Chris.
Oh, this is going to be a good ending here. Please don't go anywhere. I know it's around dinner time, but keep your televisions on and turn the volume up.
2nd and 13. Doe gets hit as he throws and nearly intercepted at the 50-yard line by Lanetian. And again, tremendous pressure coming off the edge for the Raiders.
I'm almost not quite sure how he got that ball off, and not only how he got the ball off, but how much actually zip he put on the ball.
Well, it's time now to take a look at our fan of the game. It's presented by Gordo's, and it's the young man who dresses up like the Freeze. I think that's what he's doing.
Well, you got to. How about the glasses? Yeah. Not to mention the costume, but the glasses to top it off. I mean, he deserves some Gordo's as the fan of the game. How about that? Now I will tell you, the student section, there's some good outfits in that student section tonight.
Fisher on the screen pass, going to be dropped at the 30, and it's going to be 4th down, and it's going to be a 3-and-out for Archer.
Man, is that the first 3-and-out of this game for Archer? I'm trying to think back now. I'm thinking it might be.
I think they might have had one, maybe in the first half, but not many. They have been able to roll up the yards here. 290 for Archer in this game.
That is exactly the type of drive that North Forsyth needed, was to go down, get the stop, get a chance to get the ball back now, which they're going to. You got all the momentum kind of on their side. Still over 10 minutes left to go in this game. Plenty of time.
Punt by Wallace, spinning kick, sidewinder, going to hit and roll and finally be downed at the 37. And that's where North Forsyth will go back on offense. And we'll step aside with 10-12 to play in regulation and a 28-16 lead for the Tigers.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely, because you can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover.
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
To challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools.
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Deer Park, the official natural water partner of Georgia high school football. The U.S. Army, be all you can be. The Georgia Army National Guard, the next generation is now. Ford, for great offers on F-150s, see your local Ford dealer. Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of Atlanta. And by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Together we can make a difference.
Here you go. Start of the final 10-12 of this game. North Forsyth going back on offense. What should be a heck of a finish here. That's Constable on the carry. Canaan Edwards, who's had a really good game for Archer. He's approaching 10 tackles. Number 17.
He has been all over the field tonight. We feel like we've called his name a few times. You know, he's definitely got the look of a standout kind of guy here along that defensive front for Archer.
Yeah, he's just a junior. This is the first game of his junior season, so a long way to go for him. And that's going to be a name to watch, I think, in Gwinnett County. Second down and 10. Long throw for Sini and through the hands of Holbrook. And it's going to be third down. And remember, North Forsyth, they're playing without their top returning running back, all-region running back. Carson McBrayer went down with a leg injury in the first half. He has not returned to the game, so they've used Constable, Shirley, even popped in the sophomore Darren Perry for a couple of carries late in the third quarter.
Which I feel like they've done a great job, you know, I mean, it's tough to fill Carson's shoes, but they've come in and they filled in great. Let's see if they can continue it up here as we finish up this game.
Third down, low snap. Sini goes down to get it. Goes deep, near side, incomplete.
And that play from the get-go just didn't look like it had the right rhythm for them to get any positive yards. So looks like they're going to bring on the punt team here on 4th and 10. We got about a little over 9 minutes to go. So,
well, you figure they're probably getting 2 more possessions. I mean, just normal flow of game unless something happens differently. They're going to get 2 more possessions in this game, which is enough, but they'll have to score on each one of them, and they're going to have to get some stops on defense. They can't allow any more scores.
Right. But you just hope that they can get a little momentum after that last defensive stop that their defense did.
Vela, end-over-end kick. Stafford going to take it and be dropped right away at the 38-yard line.
A great coverage downfield by North Forsyth special teams. He didn't have any room to run there. Archer's still going to end up in good field position here, though, so let's see what North's defense can do.
Here's a look at the 2023 Georgia Elite Classic Recruiting Report presented by Georgia's Rome Office of Tourism. We don't have a lot of ranked prospects in this game or guys that are committed anywhere, but we got guys that are getting some looks. In particular for North Forsyth, perhaps the biggest one as far as name brands is Dylan Villarule, the tackle, getting interest from Georgia Tech and Duke, Campton, East Carolina, and Coastal Carolina. Stafford's a guy that will eventually get a lot of looks. Fisher on the run, breaks out of a tackle, still going down to the 19-yard line. What a run by Fisher.
That was a legit run by Fisher. Watch how he runs with confidence here. You can just see he knew where he was going with the football. He followed his blocks, broke a few tackles. What a great run by Fisher here. Get him inside the red zone.
Tigers in the Zaxby's red zone. Touchdown here would be crushing to North Forsyth's hopes of coming back and winning this game.
Yeah, you're going to have a stop here for North.
Fisher again right up the middle, and Fisher down to the 14-yard line. Constable, he hasn't come off the field very much, especially after McBrayer went down with an injury. He's running the ball and he's playing in that secondary. You can see he's a little gassed right now.
Yeah, you just worry about the conditioning level here at this point. It's not a overly hot day today, but it is still warm. And when you're having to play both sides of the football here, when you get to the fourth quarter, you worry about where his legs are at here when you get, under the 8-minute mark left to go in the game.
2nd down and 5. I mean, even a field goal at this point would be devastating. Doe to the air, and it's caught by Michelle, and he's going to have the first down, I believe, at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it seems like he's looking for Michelle a little bit more here in the second half. Clearly, Michelle is another playmaker here on this offense.
Yeah, his brother Emmanuel was a running back and linebacker and a senior on the 2018 team. So another one of the Michelles coming through this Archer program, just like Doe, the quarterback. His older brother Bryant was a wide receiver and safety in the program just a couple of years ago.
3rd down and 1. This is a huge play here for the defense.
Handoff to Fisher. He didn't get there.
I think he stopped them. What a play there by the defense. They knew they had to have a stop there. They stopped them on 3rd down. That's going to back it up to maybe 4th and 2, maybe.
What would you do here? I'd kick the field goal.
Well, I think I would too. I mean, clearly, if I'm Coach Williams, he loves his offense. He looks like he's got the right play of where he wants to go here on this 4th down.
But the field goal makes it 15.
It does. So you would think that would be the more logical side to go. So, but here in high school football, I guess nothing's a guarantee on the special teams front. So he probably feels like he's got a little bit more confidence in his offense. Look at this package.
Yeah, got it stacked up, a loaded set, and if they got North Forsyth to jump,
they did. I think they
got
did.
a gimme first down.
I think they did.
Encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty, play results, and a first down.
So don't know that they ever intended to snap it right there. That was probably designed to get the easy 5.
Look at the formation that Archer had there. Wow-wee.
That's big Jordan Griffin, the defensive tackle / tight end. Not going to be catching many passes this year, but they put him in there in the jumbo package.
Well, clearly it made the defense a little bit nervous because they obviously jumped, and that sets up a first down, and now they're inside the 10.
Yeah, 1st and goal to go now from the 6. Now under 6 minutes to go, and Archer going for what would look like to be a knockout punch right here. Fisher on the cutback right into the hole that closed quickly, and Fisher doesn't get anything on the play.
What was interesting about that play is that it looked like there was some confusion on setup there on the defensive side of the ball. Looked like they were a little bit confused on how they were supposed to line up. Still didn't get any real positive yards though on the offense, so the defense caught a break there.
Now, Chris, let's watch how Archer slow plays the clock here, because the clock goes to 40. So they've got 40 seconds to burn here, and they're coming up to the line of scrimmage. Now, Doe still hasn't turned to the line of scrimmage yet. They got 20 seconds. They can burn all of this. They can take this thing down to about 4.5 minutes by the time they snap, or close to it.
And that's smart. Coach Williams knows, definitely seems like he knows what he's doing here. He's got time he's going to milk. He's going to get the right play.
to the air, fade to Stafford, incomplete. And the only thing wrong with that play is it stops the clock.
And that's, kind of looking back at it here, I'm not sure if I would have thrown the ball there.
Yeah, just run it into the middle of the line.
And your man here with the Nickelodeon slime shoes, Fisher, he's been getting it going here this fourth quarter.
Yeah, he really has had a nice.
He's got some momentum. I continue to feed him and continue to milk that clock. Now it's third down. Clock is stopped. Let's see what they do.
Still 10 seconds on the play clock. And illegal procedure.
False starts on the offense. 5-yard penalty, previous spot, third down.
So from a penalty perspective, that just adds to the tally for Archer. And again, this is another pre-snap penalty. So if you're looking at some things that have kept North Forsyth into this game, it's just the number of infractions that Archer has had with the penalties.
That's 13 penalties on Archer today. And you look at the scoreboard, they're up 12. So it's probably been a little bit closer than it needed to be given the amount of penalties Archer has committed. 10 on the play clock. Going to the air to Stafford on the tunnel screen. He gets out of the tackle, and Stafford dives down to the 3-yard line.
And you got
a timeout by North Forsyth quickly.
Well, again, this was just another one of these plays. You give it to your playmaker. It looks like he didn't have any room to run, but this Stafford guy, you want to talk about power and speed.
How about Holden Morris, number 69, the left guard?
Yeah, we haven't called his name at all here today, but
he was right. He helped blow that play up.
You're right.
Free Stafford to get 5 more yards.
Yeah, and Holden's that senior there, that left guard spot there for Archer. He's been pretty solid there, holding up here today. It's been giving Jordan, quite a bit of time to throw the football.
Yeah, it has. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to this Archer offensive line that had no returning starters in the lineup today, only one for the season, and that's Garza, and he was out today with an injury. But they've rolled up 350 yards of offense, and Doe has thrown for nearly 300 of that.
So you look at our sequence here now. It's fourth down, goal to go. You're at about the 2-3 yard line. I mean, you want to talk about a monumental play. This is it right here.
This is the game right here.
This is it right here. So
I mean,
you've got to have a stop here.
If Archer scores, game over. If North Forsyth stops them, they still have a chance. And a long shot at that, but they still have a chance.
Yeah, they still have a chance, and they've had a little bit of momentum offensively. They're going to have a long way to go, but to have any chance in this game, they got to get a stop here.
So here you go, fourth down and goal. Game on the line right here, and Archer a chance to virtually clinch their first victory of the season. Doe retreating, throwing, back into the middle, intercepted by Lanetian. Second pick of the game for C.J. Lanetian, and that keeps North Forsyth's hopes afloat.
The young quarterback has done really well today in his decision making. This is probably one of the few plays today where I think he probably would want to have back. Clearly, Coach Williams is probably not happy with that throw. Not only did North stop him there, but now they're going to get the ball out there on the 20 for a touchback.
And the game's key defensive stop presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Now the question becomes, Chris, can they capitalize on that key defensive stop and turn it into offense? They still got to score 2 touchdowns here.
Well, they got a long way to go, but they do have some momentum like we've been talking about here. So I'll be interested to see. You got about a little over 4 minutes to play here. Are they going to go strictly to the passing game here now? Are they going to still try to mix the run in? You probably still got a little bit of time where you can do both. But
they got 2 timeouts left.
Okay, so that, let's see. Eli's just got to be smart here with the football.
Play clock's at 2. They just get the snap off. Cini hit as he throws. It's complete on the edge to Holbrook.
I think that's exactly what they needed there, Matt. They needed to get a little positive momentum there on first down. They got the ball out of Eli's hands there pretty quickly. Luckily, he avoided a sack there, got the ball out, got 7 yards, so they got a little bit of, here we go, got the wheels in motion. Let's see what they can continue to do here.
Yeah, look at Cini. Got to dust off that jersey. He got sandwiched. 4 catches for Holbrook in this game. He's going to be a good one for the Raiders. Low snap. Cini picks it up. And now he's in traffic and going to go down.
Well, he looked to his left there on that play. And it looked like he just got swallowed up there by the defensive line and just didn't give him much time to just throw. Well, the snap was low. It threw his timing off a little bit too. 3rd down and 8 here.
Cini's numbers for the game: 13 of 27 passing. That'll be incomplete.
Well, Archer brought the pressure there. They were not going to give Eli any time to throw the ball. Eli made a nice play to get out of the pocket there and gave his receiver a chance to make a play. Just came up a little short.
Now 14 of 28 for 120. A couple of touchdowns and an interception.
Well, here you go, man.
But this is it. Another 4th down play.
4th and 8. You got it. You got to have this one here if you're North Forsyth. So go into your bag of tricks here for this one. You got to figure out a way to get past the sticks.
Play clock at 6. Heavy rush, bull rush. Cini steps up to avoid it, overthrows his man. Ball goes over on downs, and there's a good chance that's game, set, match.
Well, he obviously got a little pressure there coming up from the edge there. Pushed him outside. And again, it just looked like his timing was a little bit off there.
Archer back on offense when we get back.
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Get 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on the 2023 Taos S or lease one for just $229 per month.
My name is Jessica. I came to Morgan & Morgan after a car accident. After the sign-up process, I was able to speak to an attorney right away. A lot of people think it's complicated to hire a law firm. It's so much easier than you think.
If you are on the fence about ordering McDonald's, consider this a sign.
Mix and match a double cheeseburger, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or small fries for just $3.69. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's back. Come join the fun at the Athens Fair, August 31st through September 4th at the Greater Athens Fairgrounds. Bring the whole family out for a fun-filled day of one-of-a-kind rides like Carnage and Skydiver. There's something for everyone, including the circus, a petting zoo, live music, and all your favorite fair foods. On September 4th, join us for a special event, the Spanish Heritage Festival. Tickets at the gates are just $10 for adults and $5 for kids. See you at the Athens Fair, August 31st through September 4th at the Greater Athens Fairgrounds.
When you have more time being a person than a patient, it means more relationships, adventures, and traditions. Across Georgia, WellStar is helping people enjoy more of what they love by providing more care where they want it, with over 400 medical locations and 24/7 access online and over the phone. Because care that's wherever you are means more respect for who you are. At WellStar, it's more than healthcare, it's people care.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man, thanks. Are you sure?
Everyone can use a little help. Volkswagen Tiguan with front assist.
Get 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on the 2023 Tiguan S or lease one for just $249 per month. Limited inventory available.
Down to 3:12 to go in this one. Archer looks like they are in control. They get the ball back at the North Forsyth 22-yard line. Fisher continues to run hard. I've been impressed with him here in the second half in particular when they've gotten a little bit more into the ground game and tried to control the game a little bit more. Thought Fisher's done a good job and their offensive line's done a good job.
I think Fisher's been fantastic. He's been one of my favorite players to watch here in the second half.
North Forsyth.
So North Forsyth just used their second timeout, and they're running out of options here. So we've gotten down to that point of the game, Chris, where the next first down probably going to be the end of the game.
Well, if you're Coach Williams here, you're over here in the huddle, you're telling your quarterback, you're telling your team, guys, let's just be smart with the football. We don't need to be making any turnovers here. We got a comfortable lead. We just got about 3 minutes to go left in the game. It's 2nd and 7. Let's just be smart here and continue to just run the clock down. No, it's hard to believe, here, Matt. Archer last year, they're coming off a 2-8 season.
Yep.
And I'll tell you today, there's talent on both sides of this football. Obviously they're in a tough region and a tough district, but this could be a team that could surprise a few people this year.
2nd down. Fisher going to get it again. Bounce outside. 1st down. Running for the pylon. Touchdown, Archer.
Well, we just talked about Fisher a few minutes ago. This guy has come on here in the second half, clearly making a statement to get the ball more in his hands here to Coach Williams. He's a player here now. He is an absolute player. He bounces it outside here, switches the ball to his left hand, goes into the end zone. I mean, you want to talk about just a tough, hard, physical runner. He's the man in that front. Jason Fisher. Folks, look out. You're going to see his name a few more times this season.
And there's a look at the game's key 1st down presented by HendrickCars.com. And not only the game's key 1st down, but probably the nail in the coffin touchdown as well, as Archer goes up 35-16.
I think that's going to go ahead and probably do it here. But again, just a really impressive performance here by Archer this afternoon here. Coming in here, only winning 2 games all of last season, to go out to Forsyth County here for the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic here today, and to put up the type of offensive showing that they did. They scored 34 points. I mean, don't worry, they're going back to Gwinnett County with some things to work on.
Here's the play of the game, Chris. It's the catch by William Wallace, the juggling catch. Watch how many times did that thing pinball before he finally brought it in while he was laying on his back. It's brought to you by HendrickCars.com.
Folks, you're going to see this play probably quite a few times over the course of the next few weeks when you're watching anything about high school highlights, because this is just an absolutely dynamic catch by William Wallace, who goes down as Matt and I's favorite name on today's roster.
Absolutely. Braveheart. He's got everything but the blue face paint. Had a spectacular game as well. He and Stafford. Wallace, 1st team All-Region a year ago. Stafford, 2nd team All-Region, probably just because he's a freshman, but you can just forget about that. And they're really just getting after it now, like chumming the water right now. Archer feeling the victory.
Yeah, there's some.
For a team that won only 2 games all of last year, how sweet is it for them to open up the 2023 season with a resounding victory in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic?
I think this is going to be a good momentum builder for Coach Dante Williams. Having the performance they had today, clearly his quarterback is going to have a lot of confidence going into week 2 next week to really build off of. And he's going to need the confidence with the type of opponents they got the next few weeks.
Got a man down for Archer right now. Got hurt on the kick coverage. He's laying on his back at the 36.
Coach Williams is over there talking to the officials. I don't think he's too pleased with a certain play that took place on that special teams play. I didn't quite see it. I'm not sure how he got injured there.
Join the Atlanta Falcons on Saturday, September 2nd, for a free pop-up event on the East Side Beltline. Enjoy food, drinks, games, giveaways, and more. Learn more at atlantafalcons.com/fans. That'll be the Saturday of Labor Day weekend before the
Falcons football. It's Grady putting quarterbacks on notice. It's Kyle shredding defenses like a unicorn. It's Tyler breaking tackles like phone screens. It's AJ locking down anyone on his island. It's Drake touching the sun. It's CP breaking another record. What is Falcons football? It's all you dirty birds. Rise up.
So back at the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, and Falcon season open up on September 10th at home in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's McDougal being helped off the field.
Yeah, this is just a great time of year. You got high school football starting this week. You got college football starting here in a couple weeks. Pro football preseason's rocking. This is definitely my favorite time of year, getting football in full swing.
So North Forsyth going back on offense. They're going to open their season with a loss here today. It's been a difficult offseason for them. They had a storm, straight line wins that came through on July 20th, obliterated their scoreboard and shattered glass across the length of the 100-yard field. They've had to have their whole field torn out and put back in.
Yeah, and they've, Coach Kraft mentioned they've had to practice at a different location. They're not sure exactly yet when they're going to be able to play, their next home game there. They're targeting kind of mid-September, but that time length could be moving around.
Well, the good news is right before the game, it looked like they were going to play their first home game next week against Forsyth Central, and they were going to have to play it at East Forsyth. But as of right now, they're still optimistic they might be able to play that at home.
Well,
Crew's been working around the clock.
It's just one of those wild things that happens in Georgia, as far as these storms and stuff are concerned. So thankfully it sounded like nobody was injured or whatnot that day that storm blew through. But, unfortunately it did cause a little bit of shakiness with the program in terms of adjusting their practice schedule and locations and all that kind of stuff. So
timeout called by North Forsyth. That was their last, as they're trying to, get something done here right at the end of the game. But Archer's going to win this game, and Archer's going to start 1-0 after a abysmal season last year. Just something that the Archer program not accustomed with. But, Dante Williams told us, and oftentimes coaches will tell you this thing, so you kind of sometimes take it with a grain of salt when they tell you that they're optimistic, confident. But his optimism and his confidence bears out with what we've seen, the product we saw today on the football field.
100%. I mean, he talked with a great level of confidence this week about his young quarterback. And, obviously, as somebody being on the outside who's not watching him in day-to-day practice, you kind of read up on him and you hear about him and you're like, well, let's just see what he got. He's a sophomore, hasn't played quarterback very long. We'll probably see some up and downness of his skills here today, but he's played overall really well. A couple of you'd like to have back, but that's going to happen.
Smith makes the catch at the 41. He gets dropped at the 46. Clock will continue to run.
Well, again, they don't have any more timeouts, so you're having to really move here if you're North Forsyth.
Stick around. Our next game, West Forsyth, the host Wolverines, who are 3-0 all-time in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. They'll be playing host to Cherokee Bluff, the Bears. Bears will be looking to bounce back too. They were 3-7 last year, but the 2 years prior in AAA, they were combined 21. So it was a little bit tougher for them in 4A. They lost 5 out of 6 one-score games last year. So there's what their season ended up being could have been dramatically different. They've worked really hard. And
don't know, they're in Flowery Branch. They're just getting their feet underneath them. They've had a little up and down here in their first few years as a program, but they're coming into this season with a lot of confidence.
Archer nearly got himself a second pick six right there. Larry Joseph was sitting back waiting to time that thing and nearly had a pick six. They already had one today from Kendall Lee, which gave them their second touchdown of the game. And the Archer coaches off to the right in the booth next to us, they're high-fiving, and they're really excited.
Well, they should be proud today. Their defense and both sides of the ball played really well. They're going to go back to Gwinnett County after this game tonight. They're going to have some things to work on tomorrow and this weekend as they get prepared for their next game. But my goodness, are you feeling pretty good with the type of performance that you had today from your receivers and also your young quarterback?
And the best formation that an offensive coordinator can call for, they go into the victory formation. And Archer, look at that. Those guys right there. Number 4, Jonathan Stafford, remember the name, as a freshman a year ago, 42 balls caught, all region. This guy's going to be all state one day.
Well, again, another guy who might not show up big on the stat sheet tonight. Jason Fisher, the running back, the Nickelodeon slime shoes. He's a player now. He was a tone setter in that third and fourth quarter for Archer. So great performance by him, great performance by Archer. We'll see what they do the next several weeks and see if they can build off this.
35-16 the final. Jumped out to a 21-0 lead and pretty much kept the game in control throughout. North Forsyth had a couple of chances to get back into the second half, and we've talked a lot about the offense, but the Archer defense as well. They held North Forsyth to 221 yards today.
They were fun to watch. I mean, if you like football, you enjoyed watching that defense play today. Athletic, moved around, were causing havoc there among the quarterback. I'm going to enjoy watching them here this fall. I'm going to see how they progress as the season comes along, and when they go up against some of these other premier programs, from their region. It's going to be interesting how they continue to evolve.
All right, time now to send it to Craig Sager. All right.